All right. We should be live. Everything's set up correctly. How's it going, people? Hope you guys are ready for some death. Because today we are completing some donation requests. The only way I can remove them from this list over here is by winning. I gotta actually win with these requests. And one of them includes Kugath, Uncle for Uncle, and a Great Unclean One. I'm sure everything will be fine. Oh boy, what's up, Peaceful Romancer? Bob the Kid. Hello, hello. Tournament's starting in like a minute. So if you guys wanna check on in, if you wanna play in the tournament, feel free to. Let's see what else. Yeah, there's a rank 9 Iron Demon Dreadquake combo. Some Nochi Tzeentch. That could be really fun. Now, Uncle for Uncle, he did get buffed. He got 200 gold cheaper. A whopping 10% more effective than he was before. Along with like a little bit of weapon strength, I guess. Uncle for Uncle plus Red Olgor, please. But yeah, easy, you know, he's a dude. He's certainly a dude that does damage. He has only one use of Spirit Leech. So you can't even use him to help with the Lord Snipe, really. But in the end, he's a Great Unclean One. Which we also brought. Lots of streams of corruption, though. So you have a lot of streams of corruption that cause terror. They're just really big, chunky monsters. It's probably better than the War Hydra. I'll rank them better than the War Hydra out of 10. 300 gold more than the basic one. He can't be worse. Basic Great Unclean One. I don't even know how I feel about this guy. He has way better stats. The normal Great Unclean One's probably worse. Now that Uncle for Uncle's a little cheaper. But let's see. Let's see what we can get done. I'm generating the bracket. And so we begin. Goblins. Round 1. We're up against Joni. Alright. Hit him up with the yo-yo. Give him the code. Daceberg needs a thingamajig. Daceberg, there we go. Gotta give him some Swiss points and then I should be totally fine. There we go. Alright. Fingers crossed, people. Rank 9 helps a bit. Yeah, it's very cheap ranking up, I guess. It's very cheap ranking. Oh boy. Alright, first things first, we gotta do faction selection. So it's probably going to be Nurgle, Tzeentch, and Khorne. Just the Chaos Gods. I gotta get Skull Reapers in at some point. Very exciting. And then once you get to the semis, I gotta do Norska with Fimir Berserker or some Wood Elf action. That's what we're working to. You should do a stream where you just try to cast as many streams of corruption as possible. And call it Stream of Corruption. The, one of the easier challenges, actually. The only downside is I'd probably have to play Nurgle. Other than that, though, not impossible. Okay, so Khorne and Tzeentch, some starter factions. And then we whip in the, add in the Nurgs. And it looks like he has Lizardmen, Demons of Chaos, Batonia. Batonia is kind of a menace. Same with Demons of Chaos. Let's get rid of Demons of Chaos first. And I think I'll play basically anything against Lizards. Alright, Charix is asking to get added to the tournament. So we're gonna have both Charix and Danican. How terrifying. Let's see here. So I need to go to tournament sign up. Let's see here. Tournament is called Anticities Monday. Anticities Monday Swiss. Wait, no. Monday pick. Monday something pick and ban. Swiss pick and ban. All right. Let me add Charix. There we go. All going well. It doesn't blow up the tournament. So what's he playing? Lizardmen versus Tzeentch. Oh hell yeah! All right. Dang! So I just get to play Tzeentch no cheese. Let's go! What a way to start the day. So no cheese. It does come with some restrictions though. That means no Lord Snipe. At the very least. No shenanigans. I just gotta play straight up normie Tzeentch. I just gotta play a normal, you know, Tzeentch as if they were corn, basically. Obviously, Changebringers are cheesy, right? You know, flying units in general are pretty cheesy. Let's see, I gotta do map bans. He bans Labor Camp. I'll ban Eastern. So we're playing on Decrepit Moor. There we go. Gotta make sure Charix is added. Okay, nice. Should be. Gotta make sure he's checked in. Then we gotta go here. And all going well. This tournament sticks together. Are we great on clean one maxing? Eventually. That's what we're trying to do. This guy unfortunately forced me to play Tzeentch though. So yeah, I guess I just have to bring like a normal army. Yo, Chosen gotta be good here though, right? Chosen Halberd, Severed Claw. Just have to make sure they don't get shot to death, but Tzeentch is pretty good. Oh, I gotta not single entity cheese though, right? We can't single entity cheese. What's my source of terror? Okay, that's pretty good. Lord should be. Just need the most vanilla Lord you've ever seen. This is actually... This will be an interesting one. This may very well be a good Tzeentch build. We will have to see though. What is this? You know what? That's not the worst. It's also not the worst. What else is pretty normal for Tzeentch? We're not gonna kite, obviously. Kiting is kiting is clearly cheese. Nobody likes being kited. This build is like, this build will have the lowest chance of upsetting my opponent possible. Let's see here. What else do I want? Alright, yeah, we definitely wanted a lot of these guys. And then I should probably get, I don't know. I do need some sort of anti-air. Otherwise, he will just win. It will simply be victory for my opponent. If I do not get some sort of flying. We're not focusing on flying though. It'd be too cheesy. Kind of wonder. Do Knights of Tzeentch trade into Cold One Knights? or cold one riders. I don't know. It's an interesting build. This is a strange build. It's a very strange build. But what could possibly go wrong here? I'm sure not much. Let's just ready up. Worst case, I lose a couple games. We can lose one game. I do have to win though, so that I don't have to play Tzeentch again. All right, so and then Daceberg. I can add Charix here. There we go. And I think that's all the adminning I need to do. I will have to reduce Daceberg's Swiss points. Man, total tavern. Turin said on stream that he's thinking about like the total tavern to come out for like, did he say the next game? Because that's kind of miles away. I really was really hoping we get a total tavern update a little sooner. Either that or the next game's coming real soon. But yeah, I really hope we don't have to wait too long for the jank to get fixed. But Turin does it for free, so I don't mind too much. After this season, oh thank goodness. Okay, after this season is much better. It is much more manageable. It's probably so that if it gets reworked, it doesn't like botch everything, right? If it's a complete rework, then like you don't want to lose data or something, or just have to work with like old data. You know, starting fresh would make it easier for the devs. What's on the menu today? Getting cheesed. Milas, the menu today is trying to do all of these things. Lich Priest Sirens with Hyrule Titan Mastery. He has an ability, the Lich Priest, called like quite limited power or something. Or just limited power. It gives him like 10% more spell mastery. That's it. Costs like 200 gold. Super expensive. But kind of funny, so that's what we're sticking with. Okay, so Charg should be checked in now. And he's up against his opponent. Oh my goodness, amazing. So here's the idea. This is a no cheese day. I gotta micro my chariots very well. And you know, single entity flying lords, very cheesy. You know, Sartorial. You have Gyros. They're all lord snipers. So I decided to go with the Chad today. Village. With the Pink Fire of Tzeentch, Infernal Gateway. Some Paragon of Change to replenish barrier. But we're also not here to blob. Okay. We're not here to blob. I'm here to beat him with just melee cavalry. High armor is cheese. I've never heard that before, and you can't convince me otherwise. Chariots are super cheesy. yeah, you guys can't even you guys can't even make a good argument for this. This is the cleanest build I've ever played. No lord sniping, just a vortex and pink fire. No bird shooting bolts, no, too cheesy. Too cheesy. Anyways, we got Ace on the Fallen. Because I don't actually have Terror otherwise. So he's pretty important. And this is going to be some real solid chariot micro today. I've needed to practice my chariot micro for a while. This should be good. Elite infantry's asking to be cheesed. That's the only thing I can say for elites. Ah, hell yeah. Sacred Cotsagors. That's perfect for my Halberd Maxim. Village is going to get so intense too. 30% just for sitting in melee. If I play my cards right, nothing should be able to kill him. We're seeing 6, 7, 8 units. There's 4 units. Unknown. Just kidding. They're making themselves known. Couple skirms over here. But chariots, it turns out, pretty good against them. Now, what do I do with the Croxagores? That's the real question. What do you do with the Croxagores? They're kind of a menace. I'm gonna pull back so I can regenerate my shields. I'm gonna play for this area. Getting the shield back. It's not cheesy, by the way. It's just using Tzeentch's mechanics. I'm not trying to farm the shields or anything. Y'all can calm down about that. And then I'll get Aeson the Fallen in here and it'll be glorious. It'll be glorious. Trying to win this straight cheese. You just need to not micro at all and move up in the box. Did someone say box? Are you insane? Are you actually insane, my good sir? Hey, that's Flock of Doom, hell yeah. Anyways, these guys can't really do anything to Village. He's too Chad. He's amazing. Village cannot be killed. He has only 5,000 HP, kind of crazy. Anyways, he's burning a lot of ammunition trying to hit Village, which is really kind of screwing him. He has Oxyotl. Okay. See, my opponent's trying to cheese me. He's trying to kite. But anyways, as soon as we get a big boy here, I'm happy. Let's get our chosen in. Gonna recharge these guys. We get a village through here. Look at that. Force pathing our way through with the chariots. It's almost like I know how to play the game for once. And then here comes the big boy, Aeson. Aeson the Fallen. He's pretty hype. He's quite monstrous. He should be able to wreck shop here. As you can see, Village is just crushing it. This is actually a pretty good pink fire location. I'm gonna cast it down over there. He has a Flock of Doom, but that's not really a problem. And as for the chariots, we're just gonna pull them back. Get him to safety. Get our cavalry over here. They can kill off that solar engine because they're armor piercing. And then once I get the screamers, we'll be good. Yo, this is actually great though. His build was completely unprepared for my play style here. He really doesn't have a lot that is good against what I have here, except for these red crusteds. But other than that, he's looking pretty bare, right? Of course, my chosen are just amazing. They ain't gonna die. Big surround on his Bastiladon too. And look at these guys, they're just crushing it. Aeson got his ability over there. That's a massive chariot charge straight into their faces. And we have our screamers too. They'll be doing great. Aeson's having a day in the time. Yeah, get him, chariots. He's gonna capture this point over here, but I'm really not that worried. I just have so much stuff. Now the Bastiladon lives, but I believe we're still okay because all my chosen are still alive and he's just taking massive damage over here. We'll need to recapture this point, but that is fairly easy. In fact, the chariots might be able to just do that right now. As Aeson, the Chad, just completely wreckaronis those Sacred Croxagores like it's nothing. That should be a good pink fire on the skin cohort. Very nice. We have our chariots moving on in. And Aeson is about to have the time of his life. He should just be able to dumpster this Bastiladon. He did get buffed recently, Aeson, by the way. Pretty hype, I must say. And these chariots, just keep them moving, right? The chariots are really good for if you have the APM for them. They really reliably get their value. Interesting. Okay, so we see a Carnosaur coming on in. Can Aeson kill a Carny? I don't know. Village is kind of getting bullied too by Oxyotl. Not a big fan of that. I'm gonna take a look at the Carnosaur. I think with the Screamers we're probably fine. And then once I get in some cavalry, then I'm real happy. The cavalry will crush it, man. The cavalry will go ham. Because Lizardmen don't really have a lot that can deal with them. Look at Aeson, he's still crushing it. We're going to beat up those Croxagores real quick with his ability. I could probably capture this point over here. Still very impressed by how well the Chosen are doing too. And there we go. Crap, I misclicked. Whoopsie-daisies. Alright, aside from the misclick, we're still doing great. I did accidentally summon in the wrong unit though. Kind of embarrassing, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Everything's fine. Chaos Knights are gonna take way longer to show up. Aeson still killing it though. Now he's gonna bring in some Cold Wind Spear Riders. But little does he know, I have a amped up village. I'm gonna power village him. I just gotta let him blob up just a little bit more, and then there we go. And that should just melt all the faces off. There you go, there's the knights. We recaptured our home points. We'll be capturing his point in a second. There's a huge vortex on his cavalry. Absolute massacre on these poor fools. And Aeson continues to live. Impressive. Honestly, I kind of like Aeson the Fallen. Since they buffed him, he's pretty good. He's just generally hype. Village needs to keep running though. Technically, the value says that we're behind, but I don't trust it. I think the value's lying. I think it's absolutely lying here. We have such a value lead. It's mostly because his damage is on village, isn't it? I think that's the most likely explanation. And maybe Aeson's abilities aren't really triggering the value tracker. Hopefully it gets fixed once we get the update that supposedly should come out this month, according to CA's blog post a long while ago. Very nice though. He's triple captain, dang. Look at that, we beat him with just Chosen. That's all you need, man. You don't need a cheese a Tzeentch. I believe we've done it. Let's see here. Yeah, these are Severed Claw. They'll be fine against those little skinkies. They got nothing on me. And look at that. Oxyotls down to chariots. Your Tzeentch chariots are hype. These ones are kind of slow though, but the exalted dudes are so fast. These guys are bullying the skink priest. Hell yeah. What, do I summon another Chaos Knight? Sure, why not? Great success. Aeson lives. Yeah, he got a lot of damage on Aeson without killing him too. So my opponent has a lot of just wasted damage. Unfortunate for him, because he's about to get murdered. Prepare for Pound Town. Bombardment's coming. Danger close. Evacuate out of their chariots. Oh my goodness. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. How did D summon them? They are in the midst of dying. Whatever. Let's do some of that. There's the feral cold ones. Aeson is he basically gets like a free like mini Buna basically with this ability. It's kind of insane how good he is versus cavalry. Surprisingly good. He's still triple cap. Oxyotl is miles away. I'll keep bullying him with chariots, I guess. Crazy, man. Crazy. Armored Tzeentch. Who would have guessed? I will say, it is really nice to see Tzeentch in the meta again. Tzeentch was kind of in the dumps for a little bit, right? I'm not crazy. I'm not misremembering, right? Tzeentch was like actually pretty garbage here, but then like people started figuring them out. They got a couple buffs. And now they're genuinely a fairly strong faction. Aeson has 3,700 value. Holy moly. All right there, big boy. What a Chad. Look at this guy. He's like a third of my army value. Crazy. What's the intensity on village? Almost full. Look at those melee stats. 57 melee defense. And then we can do stuff like this. Boom. The mega spell. Huzzah. Look at that. It did slightly more damage. That was real disappointing, wasn't it? Oh boy. That's why people don't run village, by the way. That is exactly why people don't run village. Spell intensity just ain't that good. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, Tzeentch was bottom win rate for a while. It was all part of the scheme though, right? It was all part of the scheme. They make themselves look weak so that they get buffed, and then boom, suddenly meta. Why am I doing one loss? Did I really just get muscle memory to put in one loss? What am I doing with my life? Great success. That is one down already. Tzeentch no cheese is done. That was probably the easiest one to get rid of though. It's only gonna get harder from here. Chosen, one of them got 2,300 because they were fighting monsters. Severed Claw got surprisingly little. They usually always do well. Chariots though, holy chariots. One of the great things about going mass armor is you have the micro to move your chariots around. When I'm microing like 5 other units of cavalry, it's a little too intense for me. Chaos Knights didn't really get a lot of fighting. Aeson got 4k though. Holy crap. That's crazy, man. Aeson got 4k. Are you kidding me? Jeez. Jeez. Playing Tzeentch and muscle memory puts in a loss. Ooh. Alright, nice. So that was pretty good. I would say Aeson, very nice. Okay, next up though, I gotta go for the I really gotta clean this up. This is why I did this stream today. There's far too many challenges that I gotta complete. This one specifically. Kugath, Uncle for Uncle, and a Great Unclean One. Now, how much would it cost me to run this? Like, how many other units can I even field? Let's see. How should lizards build into that Tzeentch army? They can go max skirmishers and they'll probably be fine. If you go for a bunch of chameleon skinks and just kite them, or salamanders, or even like a Razodon, just anything ranged really. Chosen are so slow you can just kite them. I just kind of lucked out because my opponent decided to go for a Kroxigor fest. And while Kroxigors are really good if your opponent doesn't choose to go into a melee fight, if they full commit melee, Kroxigors end up dying. Unless he like started off with some monsters, but he did not. 6k gold into the trash, it's unwinnable. It is not 6k in the trash. This will definitely get you more value than a single unit of Nurglings, right? If you think about it, what would you trade for this, right? What would you rather have instead of this ball of dudes? Like, would you rather have like triple exalted plague bearers? If so, it's only 3,000 gold in the trash, really. Maybe even a bit less. Now, 3,000 is still quite a bit. Kugath is definitely worth. Let's say Uncle for Uncle is realistically priced at 1,600 and the Great Unclean One is realistically priced at like 1,400. I think we're getting to like 1,000 gold behind. I think total it's only 1,000 gold behind. I still think Uncle for Uncle is way overcosted in domination. In land battle, because blobs and mobility is just way less valued, it makes sense to me that Uncle for Uncle could be scarier there. But in domination, I don't like, based on the Hydra, right? The Hydra is a really tanky, fighty unit with low speed. Uncle for Uncle is very similar. The Hydra I would not take at its current price at 1,550. So I think Uncle for Uncle, you could actually knock off 500 gold off of him. And I don't think he would actually be ultra meta. I think even if you knocked 500 gold off, people would still kite Nurgle to death. Because in the end, you just, yeah, the Nurgle kite's brutal. Now, it would be a pain in the butt to deal with as vampire counts. Because Uncle for Uncle would be about the same price as a Vargulf, but way fightier. Even so, sometimes they attack and they just don't land hits. I think the unit is actually kind of... Didn't we see one time when he just like kept missing? Maybe they're broken in the other way. But here's the thing, right? After you have these guys, they can hunker down on a point like no tomorrow. You have the Kugath, you got the fleshy. You got the Fleshy Abundance. And then you have to take Pestilent Decay, of course. And then that's more or less it, right? So you're looking at an 1800 gold Kugath. That is not the worst thing in the world. It's pretty bad. But yeah, if I ever find myself against a non-Kaidi faction, you do this. And you can still go for some mobility. Like, look at these guys. Nurgle Chariot. 78 speed Chariot. For 2,000. And for 1,200. You can heal them. They have missile resist. They have missile resist. You could take Chaos Knights of Nurgle with fly mobility. Yeah, I could probably pull off a Moby Max Nurgle with like Horsemen, Cavalry, and Plague Drones. With like the Angels of Decay, right? I guess it's getting there. Are there still donation requests possible? All of these are possible. Anything's possible. As long as I lose 3 rounds in a row in the 4th game, anything's possible. Play against a completely new player. Man, 36 feet is bad though. 36 feet is real bad. He is as slow as Marauders of Nurgle. Jeez. Let's see here. But yeah, Plague Toads, as far as I can tell, are pretty bad. Nurgle Furies are not the worst. They're also not the best. Corrin Furies and Slanesh Furies are probably the best of the bunch. Tzeentch Furies if you're fighting demons. Nurgle Furies, just, I don't know. They have Cloud of Flies. They're not a melee defense unit. They just don't really combo well with Nurgle. But if you need a unit, there they are. Of course, it could just run the Poison Warhounds. Air Force, I think, is the move. I think full mobility max Nurgle is not the worst. If you go for the Warhounds, and then you have some of these guys, you got some Marauder Horsemen going. How much mobility can I even field? Angels of Decay. We have all of these dudes. Yeah, so there's actually a good amount of options here when it comes to mobility. Depending on the faction that I'm facing. And then these guys can just hunker down on a single point. So, like, if the enemy has to run away from this squad of dudes, it will give my mobility more opportunities to make big plays. If you squint very hard. Let's see here. I'd be at, what, 70 speed for the mobility? Capture weight can be dealt with using Warhounds. That's not a big problem. Exalted Heroes are definitely good. What do I want as my starter? So, these guys are so expensive, I can only afford... Okay, I can only afford 3 horsemen and a dog. Wowza. Wowza. That's bad. Alright. I don't think I need this many brought flies. I can get rid of some of them. I don't need this many Chaos Knights either. Yeah, there we go. So it's like a Moby Max with some slow single entities. Oh boy, oh Nelly. The name alone adds 500 gold value to Uncle for Uncle. That means it's still not worth it. Alright, Dr. Jellyfish and Halidin still facing off. As soon as they're done, we move on to the next round. We're very hyped. You can sacrifice Nurglings to the Nurgle. How do you sacrifice Nurglings? Kugath has a Nurgling summon, right? Isn't that like super slow though? Because Nurglings only have 60 entities. Dude, I gotta sacrifice like 1,000,000 Nurglings to it. That's terrible. Also, the heal shrine sucks. Does Kugath have summons? Kugath has yeah, you can summon 180 Nurglings over like 4 minutes. That's not like you can just fight with the heal shrine. If anything, the Nurgle heal shrine, you don't have to stack it up. It's already pretty easily stackable. I get it though, I get it. It's just oh boy, I guess Kugath's Nurgling summon is pretty bad too. Okay, let's say it full stacks a heal shrine. I'd be paying 150 gold more for the shrine. Technically, would I pay for a stacked shrine for 1,450? No. That's like actually this is 5 times more expensive than a corpse cart. That's pretty bad. That's real bad. It's real expensive. Although, you know, using it in combat's nice, but the thing is, no one's gonna fight around Kugath. If anyone fights around Kugath, it's already an auto win. That's kind of how Kugath works. Is there anything else that can suicide? How many bloated corpses? Here's the strat, right? Multiplayer, 2v2, bloated corpses on top of your zombies to stack a war shrine. I guess this would be a 3v3. So you still have to proc the bloated corpse, but you can use your artillery. So you use your cannons to manual fire into the bloated corpse. It blows up, hits the zombies, then your war shrine is stacked. Instant win. Actually though, Tzeentch war shrine is probably OP in multiplayer, isn't it? Because it would buff 2 separate Winds of Magic pools. That's actually kind of insane. Yo, Tzeentch war shrine and 2v2s would actually be so good. What the crap? Are the trolls and ogres any good? They're okay. Like, they're fine. They do their job. If you have a situation where you want trolls and ogres, run them. It's just with Nurgle, that situation doesn't come up very often. Nurgle just doesn't really have a way to punish kite builds, so you're just almost always running into them. Oh, we'll see.
Full Corsair only built, with Flaming Sword Caster. Medusa Shrine to buff the Corsairs. Harpies. A true Dreadfleet build.
Alright, I'm down. Corsair only. Plus Flaming Sword. Plus Medusa Shrine. Didn't I already do something like this? I'll do it though. Harpies. I'm down. I might as well also play Loki, right? Did I spell his name right? I don't know. Anyways, I could see it. Get the Fellheart in there. Ah, hell yeah. Advancing the Swiss. Goblins. Round 2. And my second opponent is Dr. Jellyfish. The Doctor. Jellyfish? There we go. Hit him up with the yo-yo. Give him the code. Your first map ban. Give him the map code. Give him the pick and ban format. Here we go. Oh, right. So I need to pick Nurgle, of course. I think Nurgle, Corn. Maybe Dark Elves. Nurgle, Corn, Dark Elves. See if we can get that one out of the way. Early for you, Nambark. Dare you to play a game of Total War Warhammer multiplayer domination mode. Crazy. Yeah, so I think I'll start with Dark Elves. and corn. And if it seems like he picks factions that are weak to Nurgle, then we run Nurgle. Hey, Pickled Radish, what's up? Happy to have you here. Oh boy, he's locked in. So, what did I say I was gonna do? I'm gonna do that one and Adish one. Skull Reapers are gonna be interesting. Oh, poor Skull Reapers. Crap, Wood Elves. But he does have Skaven, which is actually good for Nurgle, so. I just have to ban Wood Elves and High Elves, right? Just force the Skaven pick. I think that makes a lot of sense. Now, he might try Skaven into Dark Elves. He bans Corn. Nurgle into High Elves sounds kind of hellish. I think I'd rather play Dark Elves into Skaven. If that's what I gotta do, so be it. And he picks Dark Elves. Looks like we're fulfilling this request nice and early. Ah, hell yeah. Alright. So gotta go Low-Cure Fellheart. Gotta go Flaming Sword. Flaming Sword Caster. I'm gonna run Burning Head though, because you just can't spend your magic if you only bring Flaming Sword, I'm pretty sure. Let's see here. Low-Cure is sick. He has a leadership debuff, which makes him amazing. He tried the Dark Elf build-up strat the other day and it went great. Yeah, yo, it's pretty fun. What's Creeping Swamp? Creeping Swamp. Ah, it's this map. Let's play Swamp. Nice. Yeah, Low-Cure is amazing, man. Dude, Low-Cure is a Chad. So, I need to have the maximum amount of Harpies, right? Oh, wait, no, it's not. Karen Carr is not Low-Cure. It's, it should be Ricard? Wait, no. Which one's Karen Carr? Oh, wait, no, Dread Fleet. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Karen Carr is Ricard. Low-Cure is Dread Fleet. Okay, we're good. We should be goodies. So Skaven. Really bad against getting mass routed. I think that's the play, right? I just wanna mass route them. They're both Karen Carr? Oh crap. My bad. Is that the one Low-Cure Confederates? I don't know, man. Is everyone from Karen Carr? Let's see here. What else was it? Medusa Shrine to buff the Corsairs. Harpies, Flaming Sword Caster. Okay. Medusa Shrine is an interesting one. Hey, it does almost perfect spend my top side of my thingamajig. That's pretty cool. I did say that I like Manticores lately. Okay, but what else? What else? Skaven are a menace. Skaven are absolutely a menace if left unchecked. This build, though, this build's a good one. On Creeping Swamp. I think this is just good. This is just a solid build. Can we do it, though? Can we actually do it? You played a Dark Elf mirror match up the other day and you used Rakarth to nuke Malice Darkblade and then immediately threw your Lord to some Blackguard? Are you proud of me? Oh my gosh. I can be proud of the Lord, Snipe. Oh man, no viewer of mine should take after me that much though. Oh, the Lord throws. The Lord throws. I'd probably do way better if I just play safer with my Lord rather than trying to squeeze value out of them all the freaking time. Especially once I have a lead. When I have a lead, I should stop being aggressive with my Lord. If I'm behind, sure, you know, make a spicy play with your Lord, whatever. When you're ahead in the game, what am I doing? Crazy sauce. Still waiting for the Lord Thrower emoji. Wonder how I could fit that into an emoji. That's exactly a post-game analysis. Oh boy. And I'm happy that I'm inspiring some sick plays though. Seems like a lot of people playing Dark Elves. That's right. Dark Elves are not a bad faction now. They're not. I don't think they're the best faction, but at least they're not Skaven tier. Am I right? Oh my gosh, Skaven. If I lose to Dr. Jellyfish's Skaven, we're sad, man. You know what? He might actually go for. Hasn't Dr. Jellyfish? Didn't he play what's his face the other day? Didn't he play Skrulk? I'm pretty sure he played with Skrulk the other day, which tells me maybe I should just punish that real quick. Punish thy transgressions. I just can't have him be running Skrulk, you know? In this economy? People are getting way too comfortable by the lack of Lord Snipe. Alright, this build setup looks a little bit better. Hell yeah. Do I like this? Everything good. The army exceeds unit caps. I see. Now which unit cap might I be exceeding? I see that one. Okay, let's loot. Peace, my Dr. Jellyfish. All right, it's time. I need an emoji that's just minus 16. Holy crap, that's hilarious. Oh my god, that is hilarious. Yo, I need to do that. I gotta do that. I'm doing it right now. What, 48 by 48 pixels? Oh my god. Let's see here. 48 by 48. There we go. Let's see here. New layer. Oh man, that's so brutal. That's so brutal. I gotta do that. That's hilarious. All right, anyways, he has a massive army. Oh boy, all right. Ready, good luck, have fun. Crap, that's not a fireball. What am I doing? Oh my god, I didn't take fireball. Ah, crap, I took the worst spells in the Lore of Fire. What am I doing? Oh, that's not good. That's very not good. All right, well, I'm a fool. It appears I'm a fool. Ah, jeez. All right. Alrighty. What am I doing, man? What was that? What am I thinking? Alrighty. Alrighty. How do I salvage this? How do I even? Oh boy. I thought I was gonna fireball Skrulk to death. Ah, jeez. Alright. Well, I guess I have a melee defense boost now. Amazing. Just amazing, isn't it? Okay, he says ready, good luck, have fun. He had a snipeable lord too, god dang it. Yeah, Dread 13. Oh god. Alright, well, you know what? I'm gonna be able to capture all these points early. Who needs a Lord Snipe anyways? I got Loki here. He probably has some Giselles in here or something. He very likely has some Giselles in there. At the very least, I can park it over here. And here's the play. Just go wide. Go hella wide. And just take my time. I am in no rush. This map has tree coverage, which is very helpful.
We have a victory point. Keep it from
Have a Blood Rack Shrine. Just for you. Blood Rack Shrine can get some skirmishing going. He does have Giselles, so we back up from that. I'm gonna land with these fools. And then we're going to just hold points for a long time, really. That's basically it. Blood Rack Shrine is in. Should be able to get at least some work done. I can't believe I did bring Fireball. I could have been spamming Fireball on this guy. He does have the Warpstone scroll, by the way. A little terrifying. Just a wee bit. Let's see where his Giselles are real quick, first and foremost. I can pressure with some skirmishers. He's being real timid about everything currently, which is nice for me. He has some skirms, okay. But where are you going, good sir? So these Corsairs can most definitely kite. They'll be great for that. We're gonna get some pretty solid charges in here. With our Dark Riders, maybe. Just a little charge. Just a little itty bitty charge. He's taken 1 point. Still don't really know where his thingamabobs are either. Kind of terrifying. Manticore should be able to help though. Would be really nice if I had anything to punish him at all, but 1 capture point is ours. Skirmishers. Skirmishing. Just a little bit of poke damage, you know? Nothing too crazy. But a few early routes is always a positive. Still not exactly sure where his stuff is. It seems like, okay, yeah, he's just pushing in. He's rather out of position though, right? He also doesn't really have a lot to deal with this Manticore, I feel. I think that'll be a very nice pick for me. So now we charge over here. So he gets the net. Where are the Giselles at? They're shooting at Lokir and co. Interesting. Okay, that's not a big deal, realistically. Okay, there we go. I should be able to recapture this point, and then I just gotta pull back, right? Let's fly up with the Manticore again. And then, yeah, there's the capture. And then we pull back. Manticore gets Rampage, though. That's a little painful. Not the biggest fan of that. I forgot about that as a possibility. I think he's Warpstone scrolling me too right now. A little brutal. Should be able to fight here, though. With the flaming sword. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby. Flaming sword, let's go. All right, sick. Oh my gosh, look at it. It's doing things. Things are being done. Should be able to get catch on his weapon team here, by the way. He left them a little exposed. That should be able to just rout him off the battlefield here. All things going well. That should go great. As Skaven, you got to be super careful that you keep your lines protected. Flaming Sword doing Flaming Sword things. He friendly fires his expensive weapon team to death. Hell yeah. We still have many a capture point. Value trading is technically not in my favor, but it's good enough. It's all that really matters to me. Lokir should be able to survive this. We're gonna keep kiting. And then I gotta start thinking about getting some real Corsairs in here. Some real proper melee Corsairs. They should do great. Get that buff. Get the buff. Here we go. Very nice. Big routes. And it appears my guys are doing not bad. Although I am running out of units. I am running out of units. His position is a little broken apart. So I should be able to route off this section and pull back, presumably. All going well. I should be able to hunker down on this point. And then maybe use Lokier to clean up. Because like Lokier is going to Chad mode it. Ah, crap. My passive triggered. That's not a good time for it to trigger. Actually, I could probably just Lord Snipe him now, right? I think that's the play. I think we just straight up Lord Snipe his face. Give these guys Flaming Sword because they don't do a lot of damage. They don't have a lot of armor piercing damage, right? And then we, then we just go for it. The leadership is holding for my boys over here. That's good. We'll buy time for my second charge. As Lokier lands, he might be able to get there and help out. Looks like my harpies are back too. Hell yeah. And I can resummon the Manticore too. That'll be pretty hype. Looks like Lokier with his leadership busting abilities is doing great. Don't really have to worry about the assassins too much. They are but normal assassins. Now Lord Snipe would certainly put my opponent in a bad position. Currently though, it's definitely a little sus. Lokier's doing great though. He's almost routed off that Lord. It seems like this Bloodrack Shrine is doing okay. Value-wise, it's actually surprisingly close too. I thought it would be way worse. As we've now routed off his Lord, Lokier should continue to refuse to die. And I can escort his Lord off with my caster. That's going to be my big power play here. If we do that well, I think we'll be okay. I can use another Flaming Sword. Flaming Sword for the win. Let's go. It's doing things. Things are happening. And then we buff Lokier's melee defense. Huge. The Corsairs aren't really doing too well. The Bloodrack Shrine, I don't even know if it's doing anything. But Lokier at least is a Chad. Lokier's an absolute Chad. So his Lord's just gonna go down. There's no saving him. Years of land battle practice makes me very proficient at chasing units off. So I'm really not worried about that in the slightest. As Lokier is now continuing to chase off these fools. I will bring in more harpies, as is the thematics of this challenge. He's actually leaving his dogs by his Lord, which is actually just wasting an entire unit of dogs. It's kind of messing him up, the fact that he's just not using those dogs to participate in the battle. Because like we all know my caster's useless, right? She doesn't have any spells that are useful. But his doggos, they could be doing so much more, you know? They could be doing way more. And instead, they're just kind of chilling. You love to see it. You know what? I don't even need to hit the dogs with these harpies. I'll just hit those guys up. Lokier ain't gonna die. The Medusa Shrine has successfully routed off those guys. Very nice. Center fight is going very much in my favor. Wondrous, wondrous. And once that Lord Loss penalty hits, oh my goodness, he's done for. First things first, though. Flaming Sword! It's a spell! It's a spell! Oh my god, look at it do things! Wow! Wow, look at it! Hey, they actually killed the doggos. Dang, yo, they got killed the triads too. That should be pretty jokes if they did. We'll see. Lokier in the meantime, he's having the time of his life. Everything's gonna be gone in but a second. As soon as that leadership hits. As soon as that leadership hit happens, it's over, man. There goes his Lordy. Great success. Then we kill off them triads. These ones have the concealment bombs. Oh, I see. Oh, he's trying to kill my caster. I see, I see. Gotta keep her alive. We're doing great, though. Everything's totally fine. Ain't gotta worry in my heart. Look at this caster. She's doing great. She surely did something with her spells. This is basically just the no magic challenge. I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy with the flaming sword, you know. It really showed its capabilities in this battle, didn't it? God, what a garbage spell, man. What an, like, okay, yeah, in cavalry fights with physical resist, sure, but like, god dang, it does nothing in these fights. I can't even tell if it's doing anything. Holy crap. Maybe I should have cast it here, you know? Then maybe we could have killed the Ixchia's triads. You know, the triads do have physical resist, right? Yeah, they got 30% physical resist, you know? Maybe I should have cast Flaming Sword on them. And then I would have won. What a fool I was. Alright, more Corsairs. Anyways. I think my opponent just kind of got into a bad position this game. When he got his range units caught out. You really have to work hard to protect your range units when you're playing a Skaven. Because the moment they die, you just have nothing left. And of course, Lokier can just bomb dive his lord. You need to have a lot of skirmishers at the ready if you want your lord to just not get sniped once the fighting gets hot. Would have been even worse if I had something like a fireball, right? It would have been terrible for him. All right, here. So take a look at these triads, right? I want you to see. Look at this. Boom. Look at that flaming sword damage. Look at the damage that they take now. Massive. Freaking massive. Holy crap. Look at that crazy damage. Ignore the lightning bolt. Look at the flaming sword. It's still going. That 28-second duration. It's still going. Holy crap. Holy crap. It's the best spell in the game. It did something. It negated the physical resist. And now the routing. Okay, yeah. If I can get the charge, though, I think I would still use it in cavalry fights. God, the melee, though. Holy crap. Skaven's the worst. Skaven's absolutely the worst. I think if you gave Skaven good warp grinders, though, I think they would actually be fairly playable. Warp grinders could really use some love because they're really the only thing that stops Skaven from getting deep dived, right? Like, warp grinders should punish you for doing a backline dive. In my head, I think that's what we're looking for. Goodbye, Clanrad Spears. The raiders have arrived. They gave Skaven nukes in campaign. Yeah, in campaign, they got nukes. They got some of the best upgrades in the game. Yo, did this thing do anything, the Bloodwrack Shrine? 1k value, and it buffed things and provided terror. Not the worst, also not the best. But I'll give it a not with the worst out of 10. Also, I didn't realize this guy had Howling Warp Gale the whole time. That's kind of embarrassing. I saw him cast it, but I was like, did he summon another caster? Where are these Warp Gales coming from? Turns out I'm blind. Unending Glory is ours. So that was very fast. We already got rid of this one. Corsair's only plus Flaming Sword, Medusa Shrine, Harpies, Lokier. Done. Great success. Not even a problem. I hope you enjoyed seeing it work. I did have some Dark Riders, but other than that, I think we fulfilled that fairly well. My caster got 0 value, just as intended. Lokier, 2,500. Sick. These guys did not pay for themselves. Globadiers did, though. Globadiers are insane. Yeah, the shrine was not the worst. It was genuinely not the worst.
How about some spider maxing with orcs?
Sure.
So max Arachnaroks, Snagler, Spider Riders, etc. Rest of the gold for what you see fitting. Maybe Night Goblins?
Sure. Of course, man. Norska monsters only? Oh, God. I'll add it to the list.
Norska monster only.
Alright, obviously that's a Throg and Fimir build. I think that's actually more doable than one might expect. Norska monsters are pretty good. All right, so that was Dark Elves versus what was that? Skaven. Dark Elves win. All right, back to this minus 16 thingamajig. Minus 16 emoji. So I gotta move this thing. Gotta put that right there. Maybe right there. Okay. And then what? Duplicate layer. And then I gotta do let's see. There we go. Nice. This should look pretty decent, I think. So it should be oh wait, no, that looks terrible. The minus 16, the inside text should be red, right? Or how does the game do it? Like when your leadership is lower, it shows up as red text. I don't know. I'll get something going, and then I can update it later. Always. So let's blur this just a bit. And then I gotta make this text red. And then I think that's everything I need to do. Colors. Hue chroma, is it? How do I change the color here? Brightness, contrast, levels, canvas. I would show it on the screen, but I don't want to accidentally like dox myself, you know. Showing my monitor is a terrifying prospect to do on stream. Color balance, maybe? Okay, wait, no, I think I know what I want to do. So like I gotta get the exposure. Yeah, I gotta get the exposure, gotta make it white. And then that should be easier to change the color balance. Not the color balance. The chroma? No. Or maybe it's under, maybe it is under hue saturation. Red. Saturation up 1,000,000. No, that's not working either. Just gotta wait for the next game. You can check when you throw your lord. I'll get it in before the next game, and then you guys can spam it whenever we throw our lord. Just cut it out of a screenshot. It's for the jokes. Let's see here. It might not be that clear though if we just take it out of a screenshot, but maybe. Where is it at? Okay, you know what? How to change color in GIMP. I use GIMP. It's free. Use the select by color tool. And then use colorize. I see. Colorize, eh? Gotta be somewhere here. Colorize. Nice. I want to color it to be ultra red. Okay, that did nothing. Colorize? How does this work? Blending options. Fellow GIMP chat, I see. It was free. We're still waiting on Boss Sauce and Halidin, by the way. Let's see here. Adjust the threshold in the tool to ensure all similar colors are selected. Oh, okay, there we go. Jeez, took me a while. Ah, I see. Okay, I figured out my issue. All right. Sure, let's try this for now. And then we'll go from there. So I'm gonna try and upload it to YouTube and Twitch, and then all going well, you guys should be able to use it in but a few minutes. So let's see here. Where is it at? Membership rewards. Let's see. Badges and emoji. Nice. Add another emoji. Ent Lord. Thoreau. Actually, no, it'll just be Ent Thoreau. There we go. And then if I upload this bad boy, then I think we're goodies. Save and publish. All right, we'll see how that goes. I'll also put it on Twitch. Let's see, is the next round started yet? Boss Hoss and Halidin still facing off. My next opponents are gonna be scary though. I don't know if I'll actually be able to pull off shenanigans against them. Let's see here. Community, content, viewer rewards, emotes. Then we go to the Twitch. Then we upload the thing. Hopefully this works. Image is not between 120, 112 pixels. Oh my gosh, has to be 112. What a ripoff. Hey, all right. That should be good enough for now. Minus 16 works on the YouTube. Okay, so it has to be 112 pixels. Okay. New, make it 112. There we go. Grab this, copy it, paste it. Resize this bad boy. Oops. Okay, grab this. Copy it. Paste it. And then resize for the Twitch. And then my work here is done. All right, export as. And then we can have it on Twitch. Now all I gotta do is not throw my Lord. If I can just not throw my Lord forever, you guys will never have to use the emote. It'll be perfect. All right, and then on Twitch, I should be able to just drag that in. There we go. Let's see here. Emote name, Entity, Thoreau. There we go. Upload. And yeah, it should be on Twitch soon. Hell yeah, let's go. We did it. We did it. Oh my gosh, this life too difficult, clearly. Okay, so I gotta do Orc, Spider Max, Norska monsters only. I should work my way from the top to the bottom though, that way people aren't kept waiting too long. The emote doesn't show properly here though yet, right? It doesn't show on the bottom bar properly, but at least in the chat it works out. Nicholas, welcome to the crew. Thank you very much. And we're gonna advance to Swiss. It's time to face Broccoli Fangirl. All right. Yo, yo. Hit him up with the yo-yo. Gonna give him the lobby code. Gotta give him the at goblins round 3. Go here. Gotta make another one of these lobbies. And then I gotta do this. I'm first. And then we go here, create a new draft, copy this, paste it in there. Okay. And we're good. Rocket League Fangirl's pretty spicy. They like playing melee factions, and I think I can use that to my advantage. I can play Nurgle. What if I play Nurgle into Broccoli Fangirl's Corn? What do you think the odds of us losing are? Chaos Dwarves could be pretty fun too. They like corn. So Chaos Dwarves with a fire resist might do something. Rank 9 Iron Demon, yep. So I think we'll go Chaos Dwarves, Corn, and Nurgle. All of those seem like they'd be okay against Broccoli Fangirl. Watch them pick Nurgle. Okay, yeah, they didn't pick Nurgle. I can pick Nurgle now. Warriors of Chaos and Corn. Interesting. Do they like Norska? I feel like Norska's right up their alley. Do they own Norska? High Elves. Are you crazy, Broccoli Fangirl? You crazy. Alright. I'll ban Corn first. That way there's no mirror, because I'm Chaos Dwarves. Corn and Nurgle. I'm now Corn and Nurgle. They're Warriors of Chaos and High Elves. And I think obviously we just ban High Elves. And we face the Warriors of Chaos. Banned my Nurgle! What is going on? Who bans Nurgle in this economy? Why are people banning Nurgle? Alright, well, the only thing I gotta satisfy is taking some Skull Reapers. Here we go. Seriously though, why are people banning Nurgle? What is this? I can't even play them if I want to. How am I gonna not clickbait the thumbnail though? Everyone's gonna be yelling clickbait. Yeah, no, they banned Chaos Dwarves. It's Corn. So I gotta do Skull Reapers. I'll ban Bordello. Actually, I kinda like Bordello. Do I want to play a Bloodgrove? Bloodgrove's kind of rough if they have a Hell Can. You know what? Sure. I'm gonna see if I can get them a map that's more awkward for their Hell Cannon. So I'm actually gonna ban Bloodgrove. So it's either Bordello Landing or Putrefying Carcass. I demand more clickbait. Can Anticity do a stream without clickbaiting his audience? Impossible. Alright, now Skull Reapers are weird and bad. What am I even supposed to do? We're up against the Warriors of Chaos, which is manageable. They are manageable. I am allowed to take the Hellforged Bellows, which generally speaking is difficult for the Warriors of Chaos to ward off. But what now? I just have a bunch of garbage Skull Reapers. What are they gonna do? The 35 speed. They're slow. Holy crap, they're real slow. The 35 speed's not the worst, but it's still rather slow. They're like yeah, they're like Marauder speed. Oh god. Jeez, man. Bans Bordello, so on Putrefying Carcass. Which in my head is actually a good map because I can use a tree cover to my advantage. Play any faction, but you have to throw your
Play
lord
any
at the
faction,
beginning.
but you have to throw your lord in the beginning of every game.
Alright. Now, I only have to win one with this. This is how we tier based off the donations. That's crazy, though. I do actually have an idea for that, where you bring a Manticore caster at the start, and you actually have... Like, you want them to die to resummon to get more Manticores. It's a legitimately possible strategy. As memey as that is, it's absolutely possible. Also, I win games while throwing my lord all the time, so... Play Dwarf Slayers only. You know, that would actually work really well with the Dwarf Slayer only. Yeah, that's true. Oh my gosh, that's a big brain play. That's massive. Alright, what else do I want here? It's Warriors of Chaos. What does Warriors of Chaos even do nowadays? Let me take a look-see. Warriors of Chaos. They have Blood Beast, Aspiring Champions, Forsaken, Hellcannon, Scylla. Dang, I really did not fill out this list. They have Hellstriders at least. Hellstriders, Doom Knights. Yeah, so I need something to deal with the Hellcannon. And then I absolutely need something that can fight Doom Knights. I think those are the biggest issues. Furies will suck against Doom Knights. It is simply a matter of fact that they will not be able to really get work done there. And then the Hellstriders, too, are just gonna be a pain. Doom Knights will kill most of my elite cavalry, so what are we supposed to do? It's not very different from any other Anticity round, not fair. That's true, I might accidentally fulfill it. This is one of the only challenges that I can accidentally fulfill. I have to throw my lord at the beginning. Like, they have to YOLO into their lines and die, and then I have to win. It can't be like a mid-game lord throw. It has to be legit, you know, very beginning. And that doesn't happen all the time with me. Thank you very much. Blood Beast might be not bad here. Double Flaming Sword. Alright. When I face Wood Elves, okay?
Double Flaming Sword.
Thank you very much for the donation. When I face Wood Elves, I will get to it. Let's see here. Skull Cannon? Man, I still don't really know what I'm supposed to bring. How do I kill Hellstriders, man? How do I kill Hellstriders and Doom Knights? I'm like at a complete loss here. I really don't know. Like, they're just gonna massacre me, aren't they? Unless I'm just going for a fat man-tide. Which is hilarious, but like, is that actually gonna work, you know? Let's see here. Could go for a Mega Man-tide. Mega Man-tide, but it's Skull Reapers. That's pretty garbage. It would make it hard for the Doom Knights to do anything, I guess. Just spam a million halberds, maybe? Maybe? Could actually work. Let's see here. I want at least one of those. Yeah, maybe this is just the build. And then just say, you know what? There's gonna be Hellstriders and I don't care. There's no way that isn't just insane though, right? I think that's just an instant loss. I don't really see. I don't see how that does not just become an immediate loss to the game. I'm looking at this build. I am not filled with confidence. And I am a very confident man, thank you very much. But I don't have a source of terror. Then again, Hellstriders don't care about terror. You know what, Joe, let's do it.
Heinrich Kemmler riding dirty with a unit of Hex Wraiths.
Sure. I'm down. My list is starting to get cropped off because there's too many words. Take Valkia. Valkia's fine. Ghost Max Vampire counts. Jeez. Alright. Man, you guys are donating faster than I can fulfill these requests. Oh boy. I'll do it though. I'll do it. Slowly chip away at it with each tournament. Thank you very much for your support. I'll do my best. Things are heating up. I gotta turn on the AC. Alright, AC's on. Stop melting. Heat wave here in Canada. Heat wave and forest fires. Wow. Or wildfires. Good times abound. Well, until he gets flooded with the worst request known to man, I'm gonna go outside. Alrighty. Yo, I'm gonna need to find out a way to fulfill these requests faster than they come in. Because let's say I fulfill 7 of these requests a day, it still wouldn't be enough at the current pace. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure I'll get there. I just gotta win. I just have to win. I hate how hot it's been this summer. Yeah, it's kind of rough. I'm more of a homebody myself though, so it doesn't bother me that much. As you can tell, surprise, surprise, local streamer enjoys staying indoors. But yeah. Anytime I do have to step outside, it sucks. It's been worse though. And at least it's not a Vietnam heat wave. So that's quite nice. Heard about that? Human boys choking on the smoke coming from Canada. Nice. We got that chemical warfare. Classic Canadian, man. Classic war crime. He says he'll be quick. Man, I do not like these. Oh boy, that's this. Those holes are triggering my my what's it? The what's it called? God, my teeth feel weird now. I looked at these a little too closely. Anyone else getting that? What's it called? Trypophobia? Oh God. How far do I have to zoom to get them out of resolution? Oh, man. They say I can ready up whenever. Broccoli fangirl. Hype, hype. Adminning issue, maybe? Joni has to leave the tournament. No problem. So, let's see where they at. Ba-ba. They have to drop. Let's see, did they already drop themselves? Broccoli fangirl drop. No. No. Ooh, Martin's been on a rough losing streak. Martin isn't even gonna have enough Swiss points at this rate. Alright, so it appears they went full kite. Hype. Oh, dang. Alright. It's full kite versus full man tide. Who will win? Who will win? Oh boy, that's interesting. So interesting. So the way I win this is by triple capping, spamming halberds and hoping for the best. Unfortunately, my Skull Reapers don't have a lot of armor, so Hellstriders are kind of sus against them. A lot of axe throwers though. They don't have much range. And a Sartorial. I can bully Sartorial with Valkia. Bro is afraid of holes. Okay, I'm not afraid of holes. I don't think I have trypophobia in the full sense, but it definitely makes me feel weird looking at holes. It makes my mouth feel weird, man. I don't know what it is. Ah. Interesting. Yo, I'm usually on the dishing out side of the full kite. Yeah, so they have 4 axe throwers, 2 horse masters, 2 dogs, and the Doom Knights. The Doom Knight ROR will probably bomb drop me into oblivion, if I had to guess. My Hell Cannon will do great, though. Or my Skull Cannon. This thing's gonna do wonders, man. Skull Cannon's gonna crush it. You moved here from Scotland and was very unprepared from how hot it gets. Ooh. I imagine Scotland is, Or Scotland pretty cold? I don't know. It's gotta be, like, being close to the ocean really changes how the weather works. It's just humid all the time? Or it's just cold and wet? Houston is worse. Yeah, Canada is definitely not the worst. Although, where most people live in Canada, it's more south than the northernmost mainland American areas. Like, the weather here is basically the same as American. Or America. 28 degrees Celsius. Yeah, 28 degrees is, like, bearable. As long as it's not hella humid. Scotland has clouds and rain all the time. Rip. But yeah, so I think this entire game is going to come down to how well I can negate damage with the bellows. The Exalted Hero should be good too. There's not that much that can really punish them, I'd say. Here's the weird thing. So they got 15 melee defense. But 130 armor. So technically, they don't take a lot of damage. But they get hit a lot. I can use Potion of Toughness if they get surrounded, though, and get that melee defense. And 160 armor. So that's pretty funny. Valkyr has a Spear of Slopnir for the cav surrounds. But, like, I really don't have that much. It's going to entirely depend on how well the Skull Reapers trade into cavalry, and I have never really been impressed by them before, so we'll have to see. Let's see here. I really question if they'll be able to do enough damage, though. It's a lot of mobility. We'll see, we'll see. How many Hellstriders are we looking at? Only 2 Hellstriders. Only 2 Hellstriders. So it's actually not that much mobility. This is the Swords of Chaos, the elite cavalry. Ooh, Broccoli Fangirl got a sketchy PC issue. PC's freaking out. That's why Dark Elves moved to Nagorond to escape heat waves. Malekith especially. Turns out he also doesn't like the cold. Rip Malekith. People in Switzerland don't believe in ACs at home? What? That's brutal. Rapon's tanks it? Dude. Being in the desert in full plate, how do you not immediately die? I do wonder. Dang, so Martin's actually out of the tournament. Let's see here. I think Danican, Zegsy, and myself are likely to make it. Very likely to make it. If I beat Broccoli Fangirl is also out of the tournament. Boss Toss needs to win 2 in a row to make it. Looks like Boss Toss lost to Zegsy. Oh, dang. Who's this Zegsy fellow? How'd you beat Boss Toss, man? Dude, that's crazy. Yo, New Blood is terrifying. It's always terrifying when you see a new name on the horizon. It's like Danican, man. Danican's starting to branch out onto other factions. I'm rather worried about that. Because I think his micro is insane. The only thing holding Danican back in my eyes is he just needs to learn how to play all the other factions. He's got to learn how to do... you know, he just has to have builds for all the other matchups so he doesn't get caught off guard. That kind of happened with them playing Empire into Wood Elves the other day. He also played Nurgle and didn't make it to semifinals. Rip Nurgle. But yeah, Danican's a very big menace. Charix is there though. So Charix, I would say, if we were to have a total tavern grand finals, I think Charix would likely make it to the semifinals. I'd be really surprised if he didn't make it to semifinals or the finals, because Charix has a ton of really good factions. The only problem is that, like, people will kind of know his playstyle. They'll kind of know his playstyle. And he doesn't have that much faction diversity either. Like, basically, it's like, what flavor of elves are you going to see today, right? Like, Charix is not going to rush you or anything. So I think it's pretty easy to hard counter him. But his micro is insane. So... yeah, I think those are my 2 biggest competitors. Boss Toss seems like he's coming back, but he doesn't have a lot of practice yet. Give it a month, and I think Boss Toss will start overtaking again, though. All very terrifying. Also, by the way, does the -16 work on Twitch yet? Anyone able to check that out? Do we have any Prime subs or subs that can give it a test? Actually, I can give it a test, right? It looks like it's not in there yet. RIP. YouTube certified better than Twitch. Have you considered getting a better camera setup and lighting? Pro streamer style. Kind of looks like my webcam setup in school. Just tips. Actually, you know, there's a... okay, if you think about metagaming, right? People generally relate better to a less built up setup. So like if I was trying to be like, it depends on the vibes that I'm going for, right? And because I am generally, you know, this is mostly just like a chill and relax type stream. There's not really a whole lot here that's like, you know, that I'm really worrying about too much. It's just kind of chill, right? It's just kind of meant to be chill. So I think the camera setup being chill is good too. I would like to fix up my background a bit and get the lighting a little bit better at some point. But I'm gonna move out of here in like less than a year. So I don't really want to like invest the money, get it all set up, and then suddenly it's changed, you know? So at the moment, all we got is Jimmy. Jimmy's the only background detail we got. Before, this used to be a white wall, though. Now I got a desk. I got a good old desk over there. That's pretty hype. Holy crap, that's a lot of gifted subs. Derzal Zig Anchor. Thank you so much. Holy crap, 5 gifties. Thank you very much. I'll see if I can win this one for you. So, it's a lot of dudes. It's a lot of dudes. We have our guys over here, though. If I can get some solid hits on these Marauder Horsemen with throwing axes, I'm happy. Can they dodge it though? Can they dodge it? Looks like hit number 1 gets a good amount of damage. We're looking at Searing Doom. I see. Hey, Serwin, thank you very much for the Prime sub too. Holy crap. Much appreciated. Jeez, you guys are going ham. I'll check up in a second. We're trying to kite right now. We're trying to kite. Thank you very much. Durzan Zig Anchor for the sub 2. My goodness. Yo, that's some hella blobbing. That's some hella blobbing I see over there. You sure you want to do that? Seems kind of sus to me. Loses more horses as we continue to pull back here. The horsemen get a lot of damage in. But capture point number 1 is ours. Looks like a bomb drop's coming. We're gonna whoop, try and dodge it. Take a lot of damage in the meantime, but at least the leadership holds. Get another shot off. A little bit more damage over there. All right, now how am I actually catching these dudes? There's a lot of them. I think we just summon in Corn Gores, right? I think I just start spamming these guys. Because as much as this is a little worrying, Corn Gores are pretty hype. Oh crap, he's going for the cannon. He wants it. Or they want it. I think some people said Broccoli Fangirl is a she. But I always get it mixed up. This looks like it's going okay. The doggos are taking a lot of damage. Counter doggos! Let's go. Alright. Pretty good hit. Counter doggo squad is in. Lots of damage. Routed off the doggos. Hell yeah. I just gotta make sure these Corn Gores don't get routed. Maybe I can kill off these Doom Knights here real quick. That'd be great. We did catch the dogs on the far flank. Very nice. And I can actually get a spear here if they decide to commit. Which it appears they do not want to, so no spear for me. Dang, this map. This map is certainly difficult at times for my poor cannon. There's the capture though. So that's pretty nice. Gonna get some Corn Gores directly on top of these guys too. Looks like Valkia is having a good time. Should be able to get a sloppy spear there too. That did no damage. That did negative damage. Should be fine though. Oh crap, Hellstriders. I lost my dogs. My poor dogs, man. Well, that's a little unfortunate. But at least they come back relatively quickly. These dudes, they're doing fairly fine for themselves, I'd say, as Valkia continues to crush this situation. I think the skirmishers just really aren't getting a lot of positioning over me, right? Yes, 1 point will be captured, but the value trading's actually surprisingly good for me. All things considered. It's actually going quite well. So I don't think we have to be too worried here. Searing Doom doesn't do much damage. We are Corn after all. There's our potion of healing. Heal it up. Big surround. There's no final transmutation, so that's not a big deal. Overall, I'd say I'm relatively happy with the current state of affairs. We'll have to deal with these Hellstriders though. This guy's totally gonna get surrounded and brutalized. Time to activate that ability. It appears many of these units though are going down. Oh crap. Friendly fired myself. Whoopsie daisies. Gotta turn that off. It seems like things are not going too bad. The Hellstriders are a little annoying, but I have lots of infantry. What's to worry about, truly? As these chariot dudes are doing fairly well. Chariot doesn't have that much mass either. It's kind of struggling here. He's taking a lot of damage from those halberds though. I don't like that. But it looks like here's going pretty well. Flank side, fairly secured. Cannon. Massacring those guys. Holy crap. That was a lot of damage. Did still lose my my dude, but certainly a nice trade for me. As now we'll be able to recapture this point Valkia is relatively tanky. She doesn't have to worry too much. Nice. And as long as we keep pile driving in with a million dudes, I think we'll be okay. Or at least relatively okay. Where's Valkia at? Yeah, she's doing fine. Alright, next up, Hellstriders. Next up, we gotta kill off some Hellstriders. Valkia also got a dip. She's in kind of a sketchy situation. Hellstriders are menacing too. Can I get a solid charge on them with these doggos? Is Broccoli Fangirl paying attention? It appears not. Hellstriders get caught up. That's pretty good for me. Oh my gosh, again, hella caught up. Completely and utterly caught up. Dang. Alright. I'll take that. Valkia got thrown though. We lost Valkia. That part's a little sus. And the cannon went down while I was looking away. This thing can't really afford to die. Especially with Valkia going down. That's a little too painful for me. We do not want that. Frenzy Flesh Hounds though, crushing it. Alright, Valkia's dead. She will come back though. She will absolutely come back. So what's really to worry about, right? I've held the triple cap. You know, that's pretty good. I can bring in some Wrathmongers over here soon. Wrathmongers will be sick. Wrathmongers will be absolutely amazing. Hell Cannon gets summoned in. Now, I feel like the Hell Cannon is a real weird choice. I feel like the Hell Cannon's not going to help my opponent out very much. The reason being is that the Hell Cannon just doesn't really trade quickly. Especially with all this infantry here. It's just going to be a little sus. Yep. Run, little cannon, run. Little cannon that could zoom. Here we go. Wrathmongers are in. And then at some point I'll resummon Valkia, but yeah, most of the units here aren't really participating much in the big grind. Those dogs will take a while to actually secure the point too. I can even stall with my doggos here. That's pretty jokes. Searing Doom gets cast. Gets mostly dodged though. Nice, nice. And there's the dogs holding the point. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Everything I could possibly wish for. All I gotta do now is resummon Valkia. Oh. Doggo's got a dip. Should be able to kill off these Doom Knights. I don't want them to get terror routed by Sartorial though. And I feel like they will. So I'm going to actually use that ability there just to keep them in the fight a little bit longer. Make them unkillable and all that, right? Ah, crap. The Wrathmongers weren't walking? You're kidding me. Oh, that's rough. That's really rough. The Wrathmongers weren't walking. Alright. Okay. Things just went from maybe we can win this to now it's very sus. As we have just lost many units across the board. At least we have the Korringors here. They'll do great. Question is though, what do I do from here? So this guy's providing a little bit of leadership. Cannon got some pretty good value. Thing is, I'm going to need Valkia back. Otherwise, my leadership will just suck, right? Forsaken are a big problem too. Wrathmongers, however, Wrathmongers are pretty clutch. Valkia's back too. If I can, technically I win on a single cap also. So if the Wrathmongers just kill everything in sight, we might actually have a chance here. A couple of these guys come back too, rallying to potentially hound down that Hell Cannon. I think I technically don't win on a single cap anymore though, but I should be able to spam some Korringors. Big D summon means a big reduction in capture weight too. That's pretty nice. The Wrathmongers are in. Alright. Valkia versus the world. And Sartorial and all that. Dang it, yeah. I'm gonna need to capture a second point. Korringors at least are here. They should do well. Are they gonna dodge a Spear of Sleipnir though?
Witness my strength.
It appears not. Hell yeah. Maybe we can distract those Chaos Spawn too. Capture point number 1 is secured. I just gotta hold this point for a little bit. That's all I realistically have to do. Man, losing Valkyrie was such a flub, though. She gets 1 Knight of Immolation, however. How many range units are there? Oh, the desummoning was to that. They can bring in more ranged, probably. Yeah, there they are. Alright. I see how it is. So, we do have doggos for them. There's a horseman throwing axes. I'm gonna have to back up just a little bit. Valkyria's gonna need to stay safe. Can't afford to have her die a second time. That would be embarrassing. Hellstriders get the catch on me. They got the jump on me. It's a little bad. It looks like Valkyria at least should live. And the Wrathmongers I can protect with just a little bit of work. We know that they'll kill the Forsaken, that's for sure. The doggos here, they're doing not the worst. Wrathmonger's doing pretty nice for themselves. Let's get another halberd in here. Nice. Oh, okay, I see. Broccoli Fangirl's just stalling. Potentially even taking this point over here. Smart plays, I see. Yeah, they might just be able to stall me out. There go the doggos. And unless I can secure 2 points, this is gonna be bad. Dang, look at that. Smart plays. I like it. Keeping away from the Wrathmongers so that they can yeah, so that they can't get value and the capture weight's maintained. I see. Certainly a sketchy situation. Can I, though? Can I still secure a double cap? I do have time. If there's one thing that we have, it's a lot of time here. Those guys have their passive triggered. That's gonna help them out a lot. Some horsemen get committed onto the point. And we will have some marauders here in but a moment. Looks like all the stops are being pulled just to stall, which makes a lot of sense. Wrathmongers over there are doing fine, though. I'm just gonna keep spamming infantry. I think that's what I need. Dang, but the Corngors get routed. That's pretty brutal. Losing a whole unit of Corngors is pretty bad. Wrathmongers aren't doing the best versus spawn. Kind of disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. I think the horsemen did it. I think we done got kited. Brutality. Absolute brutality. It was pretty close, though, all things considered. I think I'll have to see how the Skull Reapers did in the end. But if I didn't lose Valkyria, this would have been very close indeed. There's not much I can do versus the horsemen resummon, though, right? They're just gonna be a pain in the butt forever. Here comes some doggos. I needed more doggos. That's what I really needed. Yeah, they're just getting kited. Brutality. Dude, the skirmisher resummon really wrecked me. 6 entities left. My goodness. You never know, though. We may still be able to get some big routes here. I'm gonna hold out hope, even though we do have some Hellstriders and such over here. We're gonna hold out hope that maybe these reinforcements are able to give enough capture weight to retake a couple of these here points. If they don't, so be it. But we must try. First things first, getting that little buff there. Using our dual weapons here to potentially chunk them down. Getting more infantry over yonder. Corngors, not really doing much. And yeah, it's too much. All right, GG. GG, well played. Dang. Of all the things to take me out, it was the Skull Takers. Skull Reapers? Skull Reapers. Yeah, they really didn't do anything, did they? I think they caught some horsemen, though. So they got a little bit of work done. But against a kite build, it's always going to be rough. You know, the Exalted Heroes did way less, though. If you just look at their values. You know what I probably could have used? Maybe just some cavalry. I think some cavalry would have been fine. Just some normal cav. Because there's not a lot that can really contest a Chaos Knight in this. Oh, no, I guess he did have Plague of Rust, though. On Sartorial. Yeah, they had Plague of Rust. I was pretty doomed regardless. GG! Would you be able to play in the near future High Elves with Teclis as Legendary Lord on Phoenix? And Star Dragon for the Lord Snipe combo. Sure, well, you just gave a bunch of subs. Sure, why not? What's it? You want to see a Teclis, Phoenix, Teclis on Phoenix plus Star Dragon Snipe. I can do it. Can do, can do. Anyways, yeah, Valkia was okay. She was fine. The bigger problem is I think the map was actually bad for me. I needed a more flat map to contest the skirmishers. Like if we played on Bloodgrove or something, I could have gone much better line of sight and actually killed most of them. A lesson for later. Still got to figure out how to win with these guys. Skull Reapers is so jank. I only took 2. If I brought more, it would have been more screwed. Although the Exalted Heroes really didn't do much. 15 melee defense kind of sucks. I don't think I'll be running these guys in the future either. I think had I brought Knights of the Brazen Throne, we might have actually won. Crazy thought. It's true, Broccoli did miss the Slopneers. Valkia, oh, she did kill a lot of Doom Knights. I just left her in the fight for a bit too long. Another thing we could, Scarbrand is actually pretty funny versus Kite too. Alright. Advancing the Swiss. Goblins, round 4. Alright, and we're up against Danican. Danican lost? No. Yes. No. Danican did not lose. He down matched into me. Hey. Oh boy. We're up against Danican, you say. That's mildly terrifying. Now, I can ban his Dark Elves. As a starter, I can ban his Dark Elves. Your first after faction pick. And then, let's see, where's it at? So we gotta do this. We gotta go for faction picks. I gotta win this, though, otherwise no semis.
At your service!
Half a year of copium and overconfidence. Oh boy. Alright, what am I selecting from? So rank 9 Iron Demon, that's Chaos Dwarves. Khorne against Danican's always a little sus, but we'll see. Why does Skull Reaper suck so much? They have animations that make them turn their backs to the enemy. And then they get mega flanked. Their attacking animations are really weird. I think this makes them underperform in melee really hard. They also don't have a lot of armor piercing. Dark Elves and Kislev, interesting. What's the next one? The Kugath Frunkel. Okay, I don't think I can go Kugath Frunkel against Dark Elves Kislev. What's after that? Lich Priest with Usirens? Tomb Kings is not a bad one. He's probably gonna ban it though. So I went for Tomb Kings, Khorne, Chaos Dwarves. He went for Dark Elves, Kislev, Nurgle. Now Nurgle's a pretty bad pick overall. We're gonna get rid of Dark Elves first and foremost. Don't clickbait. Take Scarbrand plus Bloodthirster plus Khorne's Bloody Fist. Yeah, that'd be a hilarious suggestion. He bans Khorne. Is he really going to go Nurgle versus Chaos Dwarves at Tomb Kings? If he really wants Nurgle versus Tomb Kings, I should just give him that, right? Ban his Kislev. You know what? Give me Nurgle versus Chaos Dwarves. Hell yeah. All right. So, Chowie. So the only thing that's been suggested is that I gotta run the rank 9 Iron Demon Dreadquake. The reason you do this is because it gets a point blank fire shot. Unlike the Demon's Tongue. Other than that, I am free to cook as I wish. We need Red Olgor. Alright. Chaos Dwarves. He bans Imperial Road. What's Dried Floodplain look like? Dried Floodplain. Ban Dried Floodplain. So we can play Imperial Ambush. Imp Ambush. So Nurgle can go for mobility max. That's one thing that you gotta be worried about. Other than that, it ain't too bad. Let's see here. Now, what do I want against the Nurgs? Hashut. Does that have perfect vigor for 150? Yes, yeah. You always want to get Hellbound on your trains. It's just always worth no matter what. So, Kadai Fireborn got buffed recently. They're definitely a plus. The big thing is he may bring Rot Flies. Danican. Rot Flies are a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Definitely manageable. I do need some sort of lord that can actually fight them, though. Is Flaming Sword good here? Is Flaming Sword good here? I think I have enough forms of magic damage where I don't really need it. Okay, so what lord do I want then? Tzeentch pretty garbo. Sorcerer Prophet's like, okay. Sorcerer Prophet is definitely one of the most okay dudes ever. It's not really that feel good, is it though? Taking the Sorcerer Prophet. Do I have any magic that is worth using? Ash Storm. The dreaded Ash Storm. You know what I could do, actually? You know what I could do? Wait just a darn second. Wait just a darn second. I know what I must do. Yeah. So, and then I go for this. Oh my goodness, dude. Okay, this is actually an insanely good build. All of a sudden. This build is insane. And then I take that. I go for... money spending's a little weird. This is jokes, though. This is... This is definitely a build. This is definitely a build. Will it work? I don't know. But there's a chance that we just absolutely crush his face. Which is exactly what I want. Drazi's pretty amazing indeed. Let's see. Is there any infantry that's actually good? Like any melee fight against Nurgle's just a loss, right? Like I just shouldn't be fighting in melee against Nurgle. It's kind of awkward, but I think that's sort of how it plays out. What I really need is like, I need a good fighty unit. There's not that many good fighty units though. The Granite Guard. They're gonna die instantly. Okay, you know what? This will probably be good enough. We take 2 of these, and then we begin our match. Chaos Dwarves vs Nurgle against Danican. Fighting for my tournament life. If Danican loses, we're in a pretty good spot. We make it. But he will not be knocked out of the semis. Danican will still be in because he has 3 wins. I'm not taking Astrogoth. I'm taking Zaytan. You know why? I'm gonna do the wombo. I'm gonna do the Flames of Asgore combo. Will it work is the big question. So this is the combo that I was practicing. Ready? Good luck, have fun. This is the wombo combo that I was practicing for ages. I need to save 26 Winds of Magic, net him with Sadistic Snare, and then Flames of Asgore overcast directly on top of him. In theory, it should be able to 1 or 2 shot single entities. We'll see how it goes though. So he has some Marauder Horsemen of Nurgle throwing axes, very expensive. I don't see no Soul Grinder. Nice, he bought a Horse Lord, I see. Chaos Lord and Nurgle, lots of spells. If I manage to kill him, boy is life gonna be rough. I don't think he can afford to have this guy die. And then of course we have our Mega Train here. Given that they have skirmishers, I might even be able to get like a Death Shriek rocket launcher or something. Ooh, barely stopped them from capturing too. So I need 26 Winds of Magics, 26 or bust. And I'm gonna take the Death Shriek. I'm gonna say to Danakan, come at me, bro. I would love to see you try to rush me, considering you just spent 1400 on skirmishers. I feel like that would be pretty difficult. Pretty difficult to get work done there. We're gonna... Oh, a little bit of a hit. I don't know where the rest of his units are, though. Which worries me slightly. We are seeing an Exalted Hero of Nurgle coming on in. Okay. Interesting, interesting. So my skirmishers absolutely win this fight. My cannon can get a lot of value in here. We're gonna take another pot shot here on his marauders. That should be very hard to dodge. And then I think we just fight the Exalted Hero, right? Good dodge, though. Definitely kept the train off my back. Or off his back. Didn't take too much damage from it. Let's send her in. Exalted Hero here should not be able to win this fight. He is on a chariot, which is not the most efficient tool in the world. Unfortunately, he is dodging me very well. But overall, it appears we're not doing too bad. Train managed to get her out. Love to see it. It's very nice. And I should be able to get another capture point here. That should be fairly comfortable. Summoning in some Pestigores. He has a lot more units, though, just kind of chilling somewhere. We have no idea where they are. So that part is a little bit more sus. I think I might as well net this guy, though. And just kill him. Because he's just way overextended, right? He's on a chariot. He should not be able to survive this. Yeah, he's getting kind of beat up here. He's getting kind of brutalized. Just bring in some cav over here. And his poor Exalted Hero. Yeah, he's getting mulched, man. He's getting mulched. There he goes. And he is now out of the picture. Then we shoot at them Pestigores. Yeah, there's no way he's coming back. I should just be able to chase him off now. Pestigores take a little bit of damage. Tzeentch's doing great. And so far, this is looking like a brutal game for Nurgle so far. I don't know how they are supposed to win this one. With the current standings, it's definitely rather sus. The train's going, how? Holy crap, he had Pestigores behind me. This whole time, how'd he get there? What is that? That's a crazy play. That's an insane play. Wowza. I was wondering where his units were. Turns out he was flanking me. Alright, so we gotta turn on Fire at Will on this bad boy. Gotta get the Wither in there. Gotta maybe catch these boys. That's just a Spirit Leech. It's not a big deal. Pestigores I can beat with Kadai. Caster over here will have to play a little bit more careful. Thankfully, his Furies don't do that much damage to him. Unfortunately, my artillery, though, is taking a little bit of heat. Definitely a fancy play indeed, but I don't know if it'll actually be enough. This train here is going to be a menace, and in the heat of action, it's going to be harder for him to kite with it or anything. Looks like Tzeentch's doing fine over there. Let's pull them here. He's still dodging very well, though. That one got hit pretty hard, however. All right, there we go. Looks like, dang, he's actually getting a lot of work done there. Is that a purple sun? That shouldn't do very much to my units, right? Because it's because none of them are infantry based. So I think that's totally fine by me. Let's get a debuff on them. There go the Furies. And the combined, my two single entities should be able to do fine there. We do have a big route. Love to see it. And now the train just massacres him, right? In theory, the train crushes face here. My artillery should be able to come back. This little crew's just annihilating. And I think despite being surprising, I don't think it actually gets him anywhere. Because the train is simply back now. That was pretty crazy though. The mega ambush. That was pretty funny, pretty crazy. Gonna have to run from these death heads too. Alright, Tzeentch, you're getting out of there. Yeah, as long as these death heads don't cause me too many issues, I'm okay. It will be a little bit annoying. But in the end, I believe we are okay. And there goes the train, just hammering those poor fools. Death heads are trying to get some volleys off. And now I'm going to go for the big play. His lord is exposed and asking for a murdering. So Tzeentch's gonna give it to him. If we net him, I should be able to get a lot of work done. Tzeentch has to get closer. Come on, Tzeentch. What is that range, brother? What is that range? That range sucks. Alright, he just gets Spirit Leeched instead. Brutal. Oh god, Tzeentch's gonna die. Do the Nurgle slow? That was actually pretty sick. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate. Who? Dodge it. Charge it. Alright, not bad, not bad. I'll bring Tzeentch back, it's fine. Got a big shot there. We're shooting at his Angels of Decay. I'll have another double cap. And as soon as I resummon Tzeentch, I think there'll be no worries at all. As the train continues to pile driver in, I will be able to capture my point.
You have the foe's victory.
And life shall be a little bit more stable. Another huge hit on the Angels of Decay. Minus 16. Oh my gosh. What have I done? Alright, here we go. More Kadai. Kadai will take forever to die. Kadai are sick. There you go. Trains popping off. Love to see it. Terror routes abound. There we go. Big routes. Kadai versus Chaos Warrior Great Weapons. Don't really know how that pans out. That one's a strange one. As long as he doesn't kill the train, though, I'm pretty happy. There's a triple cat now, which certainly makes life a little bit more sketchy. Full centaurs can charge these guys simply to rout them off. And then boy, oh boy, when Tzeentch comes back, oh, he's in for the business. You just wait. As soon as big boy Tzeentch comes back. I still haven't actually cast any magic, which is hilarious. Okay, there's the heal. Nice. Let's pull back. He's going to try and bring his skirmishers in here to kill the artillery piece, but we're okay. Artillery piece is chilling. There we go. Get a gobbo for capture weight. Oh, hell cannon shot. Nice, nice. Oh crap, this guy's gonna get routed. I can't really afford to let him get murdered here. That would be bad. But I think he will. without a single spell cast this whole game. That's unfortunate. That's certainly very unfortunate. At least his Angels of Decay are kind of stuck in the air. But yeah, I think we just lost him. Maybe I can save him, but he got the Spirit Leech on him. Dang. Alright, who needs Lords or Magic anyways? Not me! Not me! We do fine without. I have a triple cap. I just gotta not run out of units. Thank goodness for this artillery piece, by the way. It's killing it for me. As it's just hammering away at his super annoying Angels of Decay. They would be such a problem otherwise. But we're totally fine with the support here. Plague Ogres are not going to be the most efficient killing units in the world. They are rather slow. And then I'll have Tzeentch back in a second. He does kill my caster though, but at the cost of his flyers. It ain't the worst. Kadai are sick because they have anti-infantry. You'll love to see it. And then the Bull Centaurs can get behind here and charge those ogres in the back. And maybe that'll do 1,000,000 damage. We'll see. So far, shots are going pretty well. It's a pretty good Bull Centaur charge in the back there. Or, no, I mean, other charge. You know what I mean. Wait, no, these are Bull Centaurs. Never mind. Bull Centaur charge. Can we rout off his Plague Ogres? Getting hit by artillery doesn't seem very fun at all. Though he will have some Furies there in a moment. Seems like that cannon hit is just brutalizing him, though. Kadai can kill Nurglings. Even the damage reflect ones are not a big deal. And then I can just resummon my Lord soon, and then we'll be okay. Definitely an interesting game. I didn't play it perfectly, but it's Nurgle. It's Nurgle. Who cares, man? It's bloody Nurgle. Who cares? It's not a problem. There you go. I can kill those guys now. Yeah, he's triple capped. He's triple capped. He ain't got nothing on me. His Angels of Decay are almost gone. With a 5k value deficit, I think we are going to win. I have 80 wins of Magic in the bank. Wow. I can't believe I could play it that bad and Nurgle still gets dumpstered. I guess he did have a really weird flank, though. His flank didn't really get anywhere, and this artillery piece just cooked his Angels. Man, that's kind of bonkers, though. Jeez. Just Nurgle things. Let's get that train out of there real quick. Get the Tzeentch in. There you go. Just keep bullying his Marauder Horseman. We're going to debuff his Lord, maybe. There you go.
One of your units has been destroyed.
We will need to capture a point soon. He's very nearly about to capture a lot of points, so I do have to be a little careful. Strain has 400 HP. He just can't seem to kill it, though. That's pretty funny. He actually opts his Spirit Leech just to get it out of here. Such is the annoyance of the train. And yeah, if I just hunker down on the home point, I think we're fine. So I'm just going to summon some Kadai. And then we're going to win. Dang! Great success! We defeated Daniken and his wacko kite. Or wacko flank. With Festigors. They really didn't do that well, except for one of them. One of them got 14, or I mean 1700, but yeah, artillery went great. 3,200. This guy didn't cast a single spell. That's so dumb. That's really dumb that I managed it without casting spells. Chaos Dwarves versus Nurgle. Chaos Dwarves win.
Changeling, no Green Knight, plus War Shrine. Check DMs.
Oh boy, alright. Changeling. No Green Knight. Plus War Shrine. Sure, sure. Eh. I can get rid of the Dreadquake, though. Thank you very much for the 30 Swiss francs, by the way. That is a lot of money, and I appreciate it very much. Skirmishers did amazing. Kadai were freaking amazing. Holy crap, these guys did so good. And even the Bull Centaur Great Weapons did not bad. This thing got 1200 for shooting the Angels of Decay. Though they got almost 3000 value. Dang, yeah, let's just, I don't know. I think a lot of my value wasn't being tracked properly. There's no way I was 5,000 value behind there. GG, well played. Alright, so what's this? Tzeentch Changeling War Shrine. Aerial plus Vampire count or other melee-centric factions that have to contest the skies to stop the Changebringers. Okay, yeah, so you can bring Tempest. Festus plus Aeson the Fallen for a Mega Mortis engine. Okay. Wait, are you saying I should changeling into Festus? Can't I just play Warriors of Chaos? Wait, does Warriors of Chaos has access to Aeson? Yeah, you can do the same thing with Warriors. What's it? Noctilus or Manfred with their summons to feed the War Shrine? Dude. You know the changeling's super expensive, right? It's on the list though. I ain't no coward, but your suggestion is to go changeling and Manfred? Dude. He'll cost 3,000 for a foot Manfred.
Your pick, as is type. Gotta win. Winking face emoji.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright. I'll add it to the list. Thank you very much for the Danish kroner. 2x War Shrine. You just wait until CA buffs War Shrines, and then suddenly all these become super easy. Also, yeah, War Shrine is limited to 1. My bad. Yeah, it's limited to 1. Is there anything you want to change knowing that? Okay, so you're saying run the Changeling. What is this? Side note, you can take Tzeentch's Firestorm or the Changeling himself, enabling you to bring 2 horrors even if the magic itself can't charge the shrine, and you still get 2 hero slots. Anytime you take an exalted hero of Tzeentch, take the Book of Secrets. Try out this ranged army core. You don't have to do it every game. Blazing Squealers. More the Horseman. Okay, there's like a lot going on here. But it seems like you just want a Tzeentch Changeling plus War Shrine, which I can do. The list goes faster than I can play games. Yo, we completed 3 challenges though. That's good. Martin and Halidin. So let's check to see if they can actually finish or no. Control F. Halidin is at 1 win, so that actually won't affect it. So it's Boss Toss versus Dr. Jellyfish. We'll see who gets the tiebreaker. Charix. Charix actually lost twice. What? Bro. Charix fell off. Okay, no. But, yeah, so Charix lost twice. So it's actually Danican, Zegsy, myself, Boss Toss, and Dr. Jellyfish. Jellyfish. Dr. Jellyfish won thrice. Yo, who Charix lose to? Charix lost to Boss Toss. And Joni. Oh, dang. Joni kind of killing it. Dang. All right. Boss Toss coming back. Boss Toss with the vengeance. All right. Well, let's get this started. At Dr. Jellyfish. At Dr. Jellyfish versus at Boss Toss. Tiebreaker. Left is top for bands. At Zegsy, who's been crushing it today, at Danican. Stand by. Lobby code, please. Alright, Dr. Jellyfish versus Boss Toss. Very interesting. You just want to see Changeling that's not the Green Knight? Alright, I can do that. I can do a Changeling plus War Shrine. I don't know if I can implement all the stuff that you're asking for. But I can make sure I take the Book of Secrets. That's very meta. Let's see. Blazing Squealers have Conduit of Infinite Ammunition, so you can give it to your Horsemen. Oh, yeah, that's pretty fun. That might actually be really good for the Horsemen. Ah. Sure, sure. All right. Can be done. Maybe I'll play Tzeentch. Though we have a game to spectate, first and foremost. Next patch, double the effect of non-Tzeentch finds, please CA. Well, here's the thing, right? You don't want to get to a meta where people are just sacrificing. Oh, Zeggy? Zegsi has too many points? Oh. Never mind then. Zegsi. Oh yeah, they do. They lost to Boss Toss. Oh, never mind. Oh, never mind then. Never mind. We move to top 4 then. Alright. So that means what actually happens then is we just go straight to top 4. We have 4 players with 3 wins. Something I could possibly want. Hell yeah. So I'll advance to top 4. I'll finalize this tournament. We'll go here. And then I think I accidentally generated too many top 4s. It's fine. Alright, so never mind. Top 4 at Inticity versus at Dr. Jellyfish, at Boss Toss versus at Danican. Alright, we're up against Dr. Jellyfish again. Hell yeah. We're up then. And then I have to delete the other top 4 that I accidentally generated. Whoopsie-days. Oopsie-doopses. Where's it at? This one, I believe. So I believe if I just delete this, everything will be fine. Now how do you delete a tournament? Please ignore. All right. That should be good enough. Okay, so we're up against Dr. Jelly. So what factions are we gonna play? I know a lot of the suggestions involve elves. Norska, Fimir, Zerker, Wood Elf Shenanigans, Techless Phoenix, and Changeling with War Shrine. Okay, I can do that. These are the big donations. These are the big ones that we gotta fulfill. More difficult because we gotta fulfill them in the semifinals and win with them. So I think Wood Elves is a natural pick here. And then what? Tzeentch High Elves? Wood Elves, Tzeentch High Elves? You know, I could do the Changeling and get Techless. But Tzeentch can't get a Star Dragon, sadly. So I think Wood Elves makes a lot of sense. And I think Tzeentch makes a lot of sense. Please meme hard here. Son of the Mountain needs to get a guy into the finals. They'll have to earn it. Though I might meme. Wood Elves and Coast. Interesting. Who's good into Coast? Oh, High Elves, obviously, right? I can do High Elves, Tzeentch, Wood Elves into Coast. Easy peasy, man. Time for the Skull Reapers, then? Ooh. Maybe I should have gone for the Skull Reapers just to get it out of the way. Sooner rather than later. Anyways, yeah, decay. Then let's say a base Corn Lord and a shrine of your choice. All right, I'll update that. Let's ban his Wood Elves. So instead of 2x War Shrine, it's Corn Lord plus War Shrine. All right, I can do that. He has Betonia. We'll ban his Betonia. And just High Elves or Wood Elves versus Coast. Both of which are amazing options for me. Now, either I gotta do Hawk Rider, Glade Lord, Captain, Melee Fest, or I gotta do Wood Elves with no Elves. Okay, he picks Wood Elves. Interesting. So we have two options. Alright. Oh, wait, no, I already did the Wood Elves with no Elves. We already did that. That was yesterday. Literally yesterday. Yeah, I fulfilled that. We got to semis with it. So I don't gotta do that anymore, which means it's Hawk Rider, Glade Lord. Okay, so Hawk Rider, at least one Hawk Rider, and some Glade Captains with the Melee Lord. The idea here is you can go for some pretty juicy snipes. Like the melee stats are through the roof if you actually stack them properly. The downside is you're gonna die. You're gonna die real hard. Other than that, though, it's pretty good. Here's the thing. Vampire Coast, pretty jumpy. Yeah, all I really need to do is have that super melee squad. Yeah, just super melee squad. I do need some magic, though. You always want some sort of magic here. Sadly, with the Glade Lord, I can't bring Burning Head. But Wood Elves didn't have Burning Head anyway, so what am I even talking about? What map are we banning? Map bans. I'll ban Glinty Tooth's Altar of the Champion Proving Grounds. I'll ban Proving? You know, Proving Grounds is kind of janky for Vampire Coast, though. Maybe I'd keep it. Bang Altar? Glinty Tooth's Crag. These are all kind of good for me. I'll ban Altar of the Champion. So it's either Glinty Tooth's Crag or what the other thing? Yeah, What Elves Without Elves got its own stream. Yep. You're 5 minutes behind. Dang, baby. Winterwind unironically goes Changeling into Blue Scribe's War Shrine. Yeah, but it doesn't look that good, does it? I don't think everyone's fearing the Winterwind Blue Shrine, like, you know, Blue Scribe War Shrine combo. It's funny, though. It's certainly funny, and it's not the worst. But I don't think it's that good. So on Proving Grounds. Proving Grounds is a very tree-heavy map, which oft introduces line-of-sight issues for the Dread Coast. I will still need to figure out what in the world I am taking here. What magic? Lore of Life, Beasts, or Shadows? Tell me, chat. What you guys want to see? You know what? I'll be nice to Twitch chat this time. /poll. Which magic? ? Beasts, Life, Shadows. Give it to me, Twitch. This one's all on you. For all the times I've forsaken them, Dad's come home with the milk. What do you want? This is Proving Grounds is a custom map. It's not a siege battle. I don't have Power of Darkness unless I take it on my Lord. And my Lord has to be a Glade Lord. Looks like people want Lore of Life. Do I want Flesh to Stone? Flesh to Stone's not the worst. Yeah, you know what? Lore of Life, get the Earth Blood going. That all makes a lot of sense. And we can use Blessing of the Ancients. Oh, dang. A couple more votes for Beasts, though. Millinox. Let's see here. What else do I want? Okay, so obviously we want Dryad spam, right? I think we'd be absolutely silly not to. Oh, Beasts barely won it out. Holy crap. Beasts it shall be. So, lore of Beasts, I can summon a Great Eagle, I guess. Great Eagles kind of suck. Amber Spear, I guess. I guess I'll take Flock of Doom. And Pain's Impenetrable Pelt. You know, you can actually... Okay, Pain's Impenetrable Pelt gives a 20% physical resist. Glade Captain has Guardian, which is 15%. So combined with Pain's, you get a 35% phys resist. And the guy comes with base 20, so it's actually kind of hype if you really think about it. It's kind of amazing, ain't it? All right, now what? Yeah, I guess I'll take this. Like, the big thing here is just make sure I don't die to any silly shenanigans. Like, if he goes for just a ginormous rush, just make sure I have magic damage and suddenly life is chill. I really just do want the ludicrous amount of magic damage. Map is definitely very favorable for us. Our cavalry is pretty strong in general. And then I just need to make sure I have enough infantry to actually push through into a backline if we have need for it. Honestly, build seems relatively okay. We're up against Vampire Coast's Wood Elves. What else could I possibly hope for? That's a cool banner. Look at that. It's like a nice brown. It's a nice brown, though. It really is. I think I have everything I would want. Let's just ready up. There's nothing too crazy about this build. You went over to Twitch chat just to vote? Oh my gosh. Is this still the melee only playthrough? No, this is we're doing a bunch of suggestions. So every time people donate to me, if it's in like the $10-ish range, then I just need to get one win with it in the tournament. If it's in the you know, $30-ish range or higher, then we'll usually go into the semi-final win with it or a dedicated stream. And we're just trying to clear as many of these as possible right now. So far we've cleared 3. We've received many more, but I will eventually win with Skull Reapers. Why do Skull Reapers have to be so hard to win with? What is up with that? I swear, Skull Reapers, man. Skull Reapers. I don't think I've won a game with Skull Reapers before. I might even finish Kugath Furuncle and Great Unclean One before that. You think I can win the grand finals with Kugath, Uncle Furuncle, and a Great Unclean One? Maybe if I face Vampire counts. Amber Spear is good to delete entire lines of units. Yeah, but loose formation for the whole roster is kind of sus. Unless I hit, like, some depth guard with it, but... When are the depth guard gonna line up? Like, never, right? I'm getting water. Stop bringing 4 units when you bring them. I brought 2. I brought 2 last time. Any less and there'll basically be no more Skull Reapers. I can't faithfully complete a Skull Reaper challenge and be like, hey, look at me. I brought a single Skull Reaper. Wow. I'm sure you're having a great time watching them cook here. I don't think I'll bring 4, but like at least 2, man. At least 2. I got honor to defend, all right? Furuncle's going to become meta. If they ever price reduce them to... God, I genuinely feel like he has to be 1600 for me to actually want to bring him. Like 1800 still feels like too much. Am I crazy? Has anyone ever had a hard time killing Uncle for Uncle? Like, has anyone been like, dang, man, that freaking for Uncle, I just couldn't take him down. Like, I don't think there's been a single instance of that. Similar to the Hydra, which costs 1550, right? Like, you know, it has its breath attack, which are it's kind of in line with Furuncle's abilities. I don't know, man. Take him in the counts matchup for the easy win. I don't even know if he's good versus vampire counts. He's better against counts than most other matchups, so I'll give you that. Slaanesh. Dude, Slaanesh, you need to bring a lot of units to cover your flanks. Alright, so Lord of the Glade. Here we go. Here's a general idea. Lots of Vanguard. He has 19 units, which means he went for Mantide. The idea here is to use the birds to flank around and shoot his artillery to death, because he'll probably have a lot. Obviously, my infantry are really good at trading here. But the fun thing we can do is we can use Flock of Doom and Pain's Impenetrable Pelt to make these guys into absolute raid bosses. They're already kind of insane. Pain's will give them a speed boost. If he has like a Silastra or something, I could just kill her. They both have ranged magic attacks. They're just amazing. Just in case he has Depth Guard, I have Wildwood Rangers. Then lots of poison archers for Syrenes, lots of normal archers. And if he brings crabs, I'll just kill him with these dudes. Wild Riders too, absolutely amazing cavalry. Same with the Glade Riders and Dryads. It's just a Wood Elf build. It doesn't have a lot of range to start, but like, who runs a lot of bombers nowadays anyways, right? Bold of you to assume that with 3 Great Unclean Ones, you will have flanks. This is a wall of flesh strat. Okay, I do have to actually capture 2 points though. That's the hardest part about facing Slaanesh. Also, I love how you guys are like, hear me out. In the Slaanesh matchup where Nurgle has a 0% win rate, I'm sure that memeing will do great. It's only a 0% win rate. I don't see a problem at all. Oh boy, what's the best? Okay, you know what? Against Skaven though, against Skaven, if you get a good matchup, it'd be beautiful. Yeah, get body blocked by a rock, good sir. All right. So we're gonna get him to run at the very start. He does have some handguns over there, and he does have a Vampire Fleet Admiral. So I'm just going to begin the shooting. We're going to get a bunch of archers going, because this is just a Mantide. There ain't no rush here. He ain't rushing me. But can he stop the deep dive? We'll see. So Pain's Impenetrable Pelt should be able to get a little bit of work. We're gonna make it AoE.
Nurgle versus Slaanesh win rate.
That's never leaving the list, but I appreciate the donation. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Technically, if I lose a Slaanesh, it counts, right? Oh, that's a funny meme. That's a funny meme. All right, our birds died immediately. That was a bad trade. I will be able to kill off his bombers up. The Haunter's gonna be very annoying. This was a bad start to the battle. This was a bad start. I don't really like what I was doing. I think we were way overcommitted. Now I do have a triple cap on him, which is nice and all, but that's a lot of guns. Lord at the very least will be able to escape and swoop around and get a solid breath attack here. We've put his formations in disarray, and then if he doesn't summon too many dogs, I think we'll be okay. His Dryads just gotta back up. That was a pretty good breath attack. We're gonna get a ginormous Flock of Doom there. In terms of raw value flocked, that's pretty nice. And yeah, we're probably fine. His bombers actually wasted a lot of ammunition on those flank dryads. They didn't really do that much, all things considered. He summoned a bloat. He summoned a bloated corpse, which is both hilarious and kind of terrifying at the same time. I don't know what would cause you to do such a thing, but my opponent has apparently decided to lose 400 gold right off the get-go. Now, unless there's a magnificent plan to counter this, it's gonna be a little rough. And the bloat is dead. Well, congratulations, bloated corpse enjoyers. The status quo has been maintained. Oh, the poor bloats. Do these guys have Strider? I think they do. Kind of gnarly. Gotta have to be a little careful here. I could probably cycle charge his Lord a little bit. Gets an artillery piece. That's kind of crazy. Should be able to land a pretty nasty breath attack there. With the pains, my Lord shouldn't die to bullets. There you go. Looks like the Dryads are doing fine. It's a decent breath attack. That is a Spirit Leech, however. He has a pretty crazy amount of range units, I'll give him that. A rather absurd number of range units. The doggos over there are certainly doing their best. The thing is, though, this Dragon Lord does not care. Dragon Lord can just sit back and relax for quite some time, and I don't think they'll be going down very quickly. Glade Captain probably got to play keep away here, though. Not liking those mortars either. But hey, Dragon Lord's doing pretty well. Archers should be able to pummel into there. There's the mortar team being annoying. There's not much I can do about that, really. And I don't want to overextend with my units over there, but this charge, however, should be rather painful for my opponent. As he's still targeting my Lord, which means he won't be able to stop this cavalry charge. And if once they get in there, I think everything dies. And it appears everything is indeed dying. There it goes. Pretty big charge. Gets a Spirit Leech. It's not a big deal. I will have to be wary of those Morin goals, but there is a big flank. Shotguns are doing the best. Oh, dang. Depth Guard have arrived. All right. That changes things ever so slightly. And the Haunter, too, is kind of being a menace. Now, I can buff up my Lord here. They'll be able to do fine. Value trading-wise, we are behind. Of course. And one of the points might get captured. Looks like my Lord is mostly fine, but he got shotguns on him. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Gotta keep my Lord alive here. Them shotguns will be a big problem if my Lord dies. Let's pull him back. I'm certainly running out of units very quickly. But actually securing these points is taking a lot of time. I'm getting called. Not now. It's spam. Come on. There we go. Call has been dealt with. Then I just gotta kill off them Night Terrors. Unfortunately, he killed my hero with the Night Terror dude, though. That Haunter. Causing me a few issues. The triple cap has been good, but certainly my opponent is beginning to pull back ever so slightly. I need to reconsolidate my forces for sure. Regroup and get into a slightly better position. At least it should be pretty easy to triple cap. That's a very nice catch, though, killing all these guys. Very painful indeed. Should be able to buff up these Dryads, though. Probably kill these. There you go. It's another Spirit Leech. Lord is only one Spirit Leech away from dying, so they actually have to book it now. And they just gotta stay miles away for the next millennia. In the meantime, we are going to save up for a little bit of cavalry. I gotta make sure he doesn't take these here points. But how? How do we do this? Dryads will be good. Cavalry on the flank will be great. course, most of the units here are not doing that well either. I think if we can just stall this zombie tide on the flank, I'm pretty happy. By summoning in a bunch of dryads, they'll be able to hold there for a long time against chaff spam. And then I think we'll be relatively in the clear. As long as I can stall on this point long enough to actually just stop them from capturing. It's going to involve a lot of work, a lot of trading. But I kind of have to, otherwise this force here will kind of murder me. And with depth guard on the way, I'm not sitting too comfortable. Not at all, not at all. I could potentially take this point though. Of course, my archers are in a great position to be a pain in the butt. Do I want these? Do I want these? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have dryads here at least. Depth guard provide a lot of capture weight, but I should have enough. And the dryads here can kill those pole arms, of course. It's gonna be a little sus though, right? It's gonna be a little sus with the depth guard. I don't really fancy that very much at all. That's actually really bad. Hey, my lord can kill those zombies though. That's right. So let's get in there. Let's yep, we're just charging it up. There you go. The depth guard are coming. They're coming fast. I gotta be real careful around them. He got the spirit leech off. Oh crap. Well, my lord will live, but I don't know if he routes. I don't know if he routes to that. I should be able to snipe this point very quickly though, and then I can abandon this one. Yeah, I think we full abandon this one, and then I fully commit to this point over here. If I just spam out dryads, they should be able to get a lot of work done. Dryads, a cav unit. Get some archers over there. Keep my lord away. It's definitely going to be real sus though. But if I can just secure this point very quickly, it's going to be a problem for my opponent. My lord will be able to survive. He's looking for that second spirit leech. He's looking for it. At least we caught his guys over there. His fleet admiral's also in a little bit of a pickle. Summon some bats, which can't really do that much, right? Can we actually capture the point though? That's the question. Summons double bats. Okay. Dryads will be in, and I gotta use my cavalry to kill off the batos. At the very least, these guys will die pretty fast. And then a couple bats. We'll see what we can do. In the meantime, my lord is still alive. He is still alive. Good to see, good to see. Cavalry have won, and I can recharge the bats. I only have to hold the point for a little bit too. Remember, it only has to be for a time. He does get a pretty solid route over there though. And you will get the night terrors in. They'll be providing some capture weight. And of course, terror. But can I actually secure the point? He gets another unit of infantry there. That's not good. That ain't good at all. It's a close one. It's a close one. The night terrors are going to be the big menaces of the day though. And a bloat. Wait a second. Is a bloat gonna botch it? Is a bloat gonna botch it? Oh, he killed his own unit. He killed his own unit with the bloat. That might actually lose him the game. That would be hilarious if it lost him the game. Holy crap, that would be freaking hilarious. I need my wild hunters here. I need the wild hunters. There's the capture point. Holy crap, the bloat. The bloat throw. Okay, he's gonna capture it really fast though with that depth guard unit though, right? He's gonna capture it super fast with the depth guard unit there. Oh boy. Okay, there's another dog unit. Crap. Okay, so we're still triple capped. We're still triple capped. I might be able to play for the middle though. It really depends on on how this goes. We have some cavalry that have rallied. They can countercharge the dogs. Alright, here we go. Gotta keep away from them hand cannons real quick. He gets a spirit leech over there. Not the biggest deal. I just have to hold a point for like 2 seconds. That's all I realistically gotta do. Crap, he has dogs on me. He got the dogs on me. I think we still lose this. Let's see here. My lord is just not really cooking very hard, is he? I might be able to still capture this though, if he doesn't catch on to me bringing in some cavalry. I could potentially go for a loop around and just loop-de-loop him, because I actually do have some cavalry here. And with this summon and his depth guard out of position, I actually don't play for this. We re-maneuver, and then he gets screwed. At least that's the hope. My lord is still alive, so this point is hunkered down. He's going for the bloats. Oh man, I think he's gonna win despite the bloats though, based on his unit movement. I think he is I think he's gonna get in there, unless these wild hunters just delete the depth guard, which they might. Never underestimate their ability to do such things. Of course, the dryads are here too. We get a pretty good charge on the depth guard. Holy crap, those depth guard got deleted. Okay, here we go. Depth guard got freaking massacred by the wild hunters. I've never seen such destruction. All right, here we go. We have a chance. He gets the spirit leech off. They're gonna charge into the night terrors to stop the terror routes. That's pretty good. Wild riders are still in. They're doing great. Come on, come on. I only have to hold it for 2 minutes after we get in here. Night terrors are gone. Hell yeah. Okay, there we go. I have capture weight now. I'm gonna have a unit of infantry here. This is gonna be a close one. This is gonna be an absolutely close match. He still has the bloat too, which is jokes. Dude, the wild hunters are killing it so hard. Now his lord will be able to re-secure capture weight, but time is of the essence, right? Can we kill his lord here? I guess that's the real question. Wild hunter's got a pretty solid charge on him, so he loses the bats. We're going to get these guys on here. Come on, time is of the essence. Come on, come on. His lord's getting real low. He don't like it. He doesn't like getting charged there. My lord is still technically alive. All right, there we go. Wild riders are cooking. Oh crap! I think he wins though. He wins on a 2 cap. I think he still wins on a double cap with the current state of things. Crap! I'm gonna have to take the middle point. Oh jeez! What a nail biter. Okay, so I just killed his lord though. His depth guard are no more. I just gotta take out this bloat. Gotta take out the bloat. There we go. The depth guard are mostly dead. That's all that really matters. Okay, I just gotta secure this point. If I can do that in any reasonable amount of time, we're okay. We have our infantry and all that, right? Oh, I think he barely wins though. I think he barely wins. The doggy corps has arrived. Triads over here to stop the depth guard. Come on. Come on. I gotta pop the bloat with the dryads. Come on, you darn infantry, get there. He gets the bloat. I think he won. GG. What a match. Battle of the memes. Oh man, that was a crazy match. GG though, he won. Dude, oh my gosh. Dude, this sucks, man. The Hawk Riders, I keep throwing them into melee thinking that they'll fight. This guy also is pretty janky. I should just stop meleeing with them. Clearly, I don't know how to control these guys. What a match, though. What a crazy, crazy match. Blooded Corpse MVP confirmed. Yep. I think it's, yeah. Blooded Corpse are clearly the best unit in the game. GG, well played. Lobby code and spec slot, please. Oh man, dude. Yeah, this lady just kind of died to his Morngul Haunter. I don't know, man. I don't think she can fight. I think she's a terrible fighter. But I shouldn't have deep dived him. For sure. No, Weight Watchers would have been a terrible idea because he had a 20 stack. If I just played it defensively and summoned more archers, I could have just gone for a value play win instead of a ticket win. Because my archers were absolutely cooking him alive. I could have just stuck with the archers and we would have been fine. What was that suggestion? Increase Nurgle versus Slanesh win rate. Alright. Well, we'll get to spectate the finals though. GG. I think if I played it safe, I totally could have army wiped them. I think the Hawk Riders do okay versus bats if you charge them in. I think they do okay, very okay versus bats. Also, yeah, Archer Mantide makes this matchup for you for sure. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't get full rushed. If I had just played defensively, we would have been fine. GG. Time to get in. Unfortunately, I was not able to play Nurgle this time. But let us see. What will he go for? Yeah, I definitely could have won that though. That game was very close. Although he kept spamming bloats, which were doing nothing. The bloats was making up for my early Lord and Hero throw. I was thinking they could just kill his Lord, but it didn't really get anywhere. How many donations knocked off? We got 3. We got 3 knocked off. We'll get there eventually. This looks like Danican versus Dr. Jellyfish. How will it go? I feel like it depends on the matchup. My money's generally on Danican though. He's a beast. He's a beast. Dang, that was such a silly game. I took a lot of bad fights for sure. I took a lot of bad fights. Got the bloats though. I can't believe the bloats almost lost in the game. That's crazy. There was one point. Actually, no. If I summoned in the melee infantry, I think I should have gone the Wild Hunters way sooner. They were insanely good. The Wild Hunters. They like killed the Haunters like it was nothing. It was like the Haunters just routing off the flank. It was brutality. Oh man. Is it gonna be Bretonia versus Lizardmen? I doubt it. I think they're still picking factions. Dark Elves. Ooh. Dr. Jellyfish wants to fight Prime Danican. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I think Dr. Jellyfish, especially if he plays Lizardmen, I think Danican just runs him over. Skollandier's Cave. Dang, I think it is Dark House versus Lizardman. What a mad lad. Dr. Jellyfish. No, Coast. Okay. Yo, I feel like Coast here. I feel like Coast is gonna get wrecked. I feel like Vampire Coast is gonna get wrecked. Although versus Dark Elves, it's not that bad of a matchup. Because Dark Elves kind of lack cheap ranged. But I feel like they'll be able to. I feel like Dark Elves can beat Corsair pretty handily with the melee rush. Unless you go for like a hellish amount of bombers, but the maps are really big too. I'm interested to see. I'm interested to see how Danican handles this. You guys think, I don't know. You think it's gonna be like an artillery spam shenaniganry? I could see loads of artillery being kind of difficult for Danican to deal with here. As long as you can ward off the harpies. Both purple banners just to confuse me. Honestly, I've never really been too bothered by the mirror banners. Considering that I am totally fine with mirror matchups, having slightly similar banners is nothing. Also, I think tomorrow we're gonna do an SFT, should be very fun. What should I do an SFT with? I have a lot of different factions here, but I think Norska shows up a couple times, like the double flaming sword for Norska. And then of course the Fimir Berserker and the monsters only. I think tomorrow being a Norska day would be pretty nice. They're also just a faction that I want to get some practice on. So I'd be pretty excited for a little bit of that action. Man, I still can't believe I lost to Vampire Coast though. Oh man. Way too overconfident with my lord there. What is this? This is Tuesday Swiss SFT. It's gonna haunt me for a little bit. At least I know what I gotta do to win. Which means that we're at least improving. Getting that consistency in is very important. And I also learned that the Wild Hunters of Kurnos are insane. The Wild Hunters are crazy good. Although I'd have to be careful that they don't get Bunad at the beginning, but it's doable. What was I doing? Yes, maps. I gotta pick some random maps for the tournament tomorrow. There is no tournament tomorrow, right? Let me check. TotalTavern.com. Is there a tournament later today? Let's see here. New player domination. Oh crap, there's like nobody's hosting tournaments. All right. Crazy. Not a single tournament has been hosted for this week, so I can go ham then. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's get that locked in then. So Tuesday Swiss SFT. And we just slam them in. SFTs can be quite fun. I just don't really like them because I feel like I don't get a lot of faction variety playing them. And I also really like counter picking. So it's a little sad when I'm unable to do that. But I think alternating between SFTs and this format feels pretty nice. Because we get to try out a bunch of more other random stuff. Alright, tournament tomorrow is set up. Let's go. They're still building though. Taking forever. Might as well announce my SFT then. Upcoming tournaments. at goblins. SFT tomorrow at 1 p.m. EST. Where is it at? 1 p.m. All right. Here we go. Have you lost so far? Yeah, we lost 2 games. I lost 1 game using Skull Reapers against Kite, and we just got kited. And the other one was some pretty massive misplays on my end, Wood Elves into Coast. That made me lose that one. Also, yeah, SFTs are way more noob friendly, so it's nice for more people to play. These counterpick factions kind of require that you know how to play 3 factions, which is not a large amount of the population. But you kind of need to know multiple factions if you want to train for Turin's Grand Finals. Yo, I'm so excited to see Danican's play here. I imagine it's going to be a bunch of Witch Elves. Vampire Coast generally doesn't do that well against a ton of high DPS infantry. I think Witch Elves and Sisters of Slaughter will both be an absolute menace. And it's not like you can go double White King Scab Scrath. You can, but they're not the most efficient fighters in the world and kind of expensive. Dark Elves also have access to Burning Head. I think it should be fairly straightforward for them. Will Uncle Furuncle make it today? No, Uncle Furuncle's not gonna make it. In fact, my Nurgle got banned, which is still crazy to me. You've been liking Scrab Gunnery Whites recently? They do good work. Against Dark Elves. I don't know. I feel like you lose out on so much frontline. I'm not going to call it just yet, though, because I haven't seen a ton of Gunnery White play in general. Before, they were really good. But then their Scab Scrath got nerfed. If you treat them like White Kings, or even if you bring them ultra cheap on foot, I think they cost 600 on foot. That might be a way to make them work. This map's rough, though, for Dr. Jellyfish. Let's see. So Dr. Jellyfish is going the usual style. Almost the same build that he brought against me. Just a ton of zombies. And some bombers and some guns. There's not too much crazy going on. And Danican's decided to actually go for the range play. Alright. Yeah, I feel like there is an out. If Dr. Jellyfish can somehow get dogs or Moringulls on Danican's ranged, I think Dr. Jellyfish may be able to secure a win here. Danican going for the max ranged. Double assassins always very fun, but they'll actually need to get to their target to do well. We're gonna see some Moringulls, a whack load of zombies. Nothing too crazy, right? It's a build. Danican will probably be able to capture all the points first, though, to put Vampire Coast on time pressure. And of course, Vampire Coast can't easily go wide. I would imagine Danican has Witch Elf summons that he can just plop onto points. If Moringulls or dogs get summoned, he can summon in Dark Riders to counter. So I feel like he'll be pretty comfortable here. Gunnery mobs, vanguarded at the beginning. A little far from home. They did outpace my Dryads last time, though. That's actually what put me in an awkward position. Interesting to see. I feel like this could be anyone's game. It's gonna come down to the misplays, I think. What's the magic looking like? Buna Spirit Leech for the standard. Burning Head Fireball. Interesting to see the Fireball. So that means he does want to Lord Snipe, but it would only work against foot characters. This lady's on a crab, so Fireball's actually quite inefficient against her, even though she doesn't have a lot of HP. It would take a while to Fireball her to death. So it'd only ever be used if she gets low, potentially from the Assassins, who have strong versus single combatant Web of Shadows. It's like a mini Final Transmutation. Interesting. Danikan's units are over the green line. These guys aren't. It kind of looks like they are when you zoom out like this, though. And the battle begins. So we see a repositioning on the zombies, probably fearing Dark Riders. And an insta Dark Rider summon on the flank point. So Danikan looking for some early captures. He sees that the army's rather slow, I guess. He sees that it's not deployed for this point. So why not just send Dark Riders where the enemy is not? An immediate summon of Scurvy Dogs are piling on in though. They're going to be just a wee bit spooky. But against Dark Riders, dogs are not the strongest. Scurvy Dogs, they're good at getting the deeps in. But if they're ever charged, they tend to just disintegrate. 6,000 HP is not bad though. They actually have more HP than Dark Riders. It's mostly the charge bonus. Yeah, mostly the charge bonus then. So point number 1 goes to Danikan. Looking like he's opting for that triple cap slowly but surely. Kind of summons his cavalry far away though. So this point's going to be taken a little bit later. If this game comes down to the wire, we'll know what misplay caused it. As the mortars begin firing. Now Danikan, I expect him to dodge. And indeed, it looks like he was firing at the Dark Shards. Not a lot of damage on that first artillery barrage, is there? So overall, nothing too crazy. Very passive play, which I think works out in Danikan's favor. Especially because he gets to save up on his passive. Needs 1,339 kills total. Oh, is that a... Oh, dang, Shade Wraith Gunners. Yo, that's crazy. Shade Wraith Gunners is pretty bonkers. I really wonder what he's going to do with those guys. As the middle point does get secured by the Vampire Coast. That Dark Rider summon. If it was a little closer, maybe he could have captured it. But it looks like no. As the mortar continues to fire. Not really getting a lot of value overall, though. Danikan's opting to just reposition. And he probably just wants his Dark Shards to pepper away at the infantry that's a little forwards, right? He wants to take the fight here because his opponent, Jellyfish, is not especially strong in this location. There's not that much going on. He should be able to do fine. Though point flips. Not a comfortable position for your boy Danikan. Although actually probably is quite comfortable. Unless this mortar just gets like a massive hit. Is he gonna dodge it? Hey, no dodge. Oh, and the mortar misses. Just because it's bad at aiming. This ain't your Maximilian or Silver Chevron mortars. They're having kind of a rough time. These handgunners too are trying to trade into the Dark Shards at max range. And while they do decent damage, them Silver Shields are helping them out quite a bit in the trades. And even though it's kind of even-ish, the person who gets a significant range advantage could really start pulling ahead quickly, right? Like he actually has to like kill these Dark Shards. He's got to get them off the battlefield, otherwise he will lose. Shade Wraith Gunners are doing a good job at that though. There's no bolt thrower that would typically kill deck gunners. But mayhaps he can get some work in with the Assassins. They're actually opting to dive on the handguns to start off with. They don't want to get shot by hand cannons, which makes a lot of sense. Harpies get summoned in to fight Felbats. This is a matchup that I was actually wondering. Who wins, Harpies or Felbats? And how much do they win? Looks like it's going fairly well for the Harpies until the Shade Wraith Gunners get a massive volley in there, decreasing the leadership of the Harpies, and thus getting them routed. Nice play from Jellyfish, showing that he really knows the matchup. Burning Head gets a little bit of damage though. But the focus fire on the bombers is where the pain and suffering begins. When the bombers are down, there's not a lot to stop the melee infantry from just crushing it. Bleak Swords have amazing stats, and they will absolutely grind it up very well. So they charge the bombers. Felbats eventually die. It was still a very good trade though. What is that? It's a Doom Bolt? Where did he even get a Doom Bolt from? He has Doomfire Warlocks? Yeah, he has Doomfire Warlocks. Gets a Fireball on the Shade Wraith Gunners too. Kills off 3 entities, which is okay. It's not going to stop them from routing off his archers, but I'm a little bit more worried for the Vampire Coast front line right now. If Daniken can keep his forces fighting until his passive triggers, Vampire Coast front line will start to go down very quickly. And with a massive cavalry summon on the far distance, this right flank for the Vampire Coast is very likely going to fall apart. You can see here the charge comes on in. Mortar fire is in. The cavalry is just standing there menacingly. They actually don't want to commit yet. Okay. I guess they're already crumbling. They don't need to waste their vigor on that. Burning Head routes off these guys, and there's the passive trigger. Without too many units routing, the spears get on in. Cavalry's going for the Night Terrors. Let's get those cinematics going. Night Terrors are good, but when they're surrounded, it's not nearly as pretty, as the cavalry gets sent straight in there. The Night Terrors begin losing HP. That passive's gonna last for quite a while too. Across the front line, Vampire Coast infantry's getting annihilated. And I really don't understand this value trading currently, because I think the value trading's actually going really well for the Dark Elves. Maybe it's because a lot of the money is centered on the Depth Guard pole arms that were just summoned in, and mayhaps they'll be able to get a little bit of work in. But man, those Morngulls are getting mulched by the cavalry summons. Usually it's the Scurvy Dogs that are a pain, but Dark Riders really serving their purpose. Values rapidly swinging in the favor of the Dark Elves now, as these Dark Shards also do get a pretty nice ranged damage boost. Firing away at the zombie gunnery mobs, having a good time. And Harpies do finally get on in here. Mortars and zombies. Zombie pole arms chilling. That's 1,000 gold that's just sitting in the back, not really having that much battlefield presence. Harpies do land. There's no flaming sword, but they don't really need it. These guys have no armor. The Harpies do a massive 44 damage. So they're just having a great time. Spirit Leech drops on the K-Knight Assassin, but Fleet Admiral's still getting hunted. I don't think they'll die to the Assassins. Weirdly enough, they don't have armor piercing damage. But I don't think the Admiral is really the big target here. More so, it's the rest of the army. And man, is it looking rough for Vampire Coast right now. Kind of getting worn down over the course of the game. Daniken has still been able to maintain double cap too. He only has to deal with the Depth Guard, and with what, 1, 2, 3, 4 Dark Shards and a Dark Rider still alive, it's very unlikely that the Depth Guard will be able to do anything. The K-Knight Assassins have used their Mortis, Final Transmutation Bubble. That does a massive amount of damage to the Lord. Kind of surprised how quickly they went down to that, but I guess they do only have like 5,000 HP. They are rather squishy. Same HP as foot characters, actually. It's really low. And they just get annihilated by those assassins. Impressive assassination going on there. And without that, I think Vampire Coast just loses a trading fight, as they typically do against many a ranged faction. Morngulls will be disintegrating, and yes, units rout, but they will rally. Last unit of Depth Guard here, charging past the dead Night Terrors, but they're getting shot to bits. But the Dark Elf Infantry, they do make contact though, but will they survive the crumbling? -5 leadership. Crumbling offsetting their healing. And it looks like indeed, oh, they do route 1. Will they route the second? Doesn't really matter. There's a whole nother Dark Rider repeater crossbow massacring these poor guys, and they are going down. Third capture point secured by Danican. Oh, he did lose the middle though, but he's gonna get that back very soon. It looks like Danican once again shows that he is a very good Dark Elf player. Very well executed. I don't think Danican was in threat of losing at almost any point in that match. He had some really good cavalry flanks. He managed to keep his front line alive and stable for this. Even killed the mortars with his harpies. Now the mortars, it did get 840 value, but at what cost, right? If you think about the mortars were lumped up with the zombie polearms the whole game. So I don't think they really got that much value. And especially with how long it took. It was just going to be rough. But this is a very rough map for Vampire Coast. Yeah, the deck gunners. The deck gunners were his only out, right? But they didn't really do that much. I think their bullets do get blocked by shields. I don't know if the Shade Wraiths have Shield Breaker. I know the normal deck gunners do, but Shade Wraiths might not. You kind of have to route the units and chase them with dogs, but very few dogs here. Probably because of how many Dark Riders there were across the board. Here comes the charge. Zombie pirates getting stopped up by just a couple of these dudes. Holy crap, they're tall. They're really tall compared to these little itty-bitty zombies. Elves drinking the milk. Fireball just to clear up a couple zombies. That's how you know Danican's not worried, when he's just chucking fireball at a random pirate gunnery mob. Yeah, it's pretty over. Night Terrors. They are stealth, you know. You can bait him out, let him waste his magic, and then boom, suddenly 50 Night Terrors out of nowhere. If 50 Night Terrors appeared on the battlefield right now, Danican would lose. They would be able to kill everything here very quickly. Unfortunately, there's only one. They're gonna struggle to rout off this Bleak Sword. But they do! Let's go! The Shatter, the Terror route is here, and they're gone. Pirate gunnery mob is going down. Night Terror, they're trying to make their way here. These Dread Spears are ready for the charge though. Are we gonna see a sick Night Terror charge, or they're just gonna get shot to death? Looks like shot to death is the way to go. Supreme Sorcerer fire. Supreme Sorceress is chilling. Depth Guard do get in though. Will their healing outpace the crumbling? The answer is no. No, it will not. Goodbye, Depth Guard. I do feel like Vampire Coast is one Depth Guard buff away from being really competitive though against these elf factions. Oh my gosh, Danican. Danican just BMing now. All right there, buddy. All right. I don't condone BMing. I don't condone BMing. And there you go. And let's charge. And that's game. Well, GG. GG. If he does that again, I'll talk to him. I will have a talk. But yeah, Mourngulls, they did okay, Guns did okay, but in the end it's just a standard good play against Coast. I think the biggest thing is Vampire Coast might have gone a bit too wide. In theory, these Shade Wraith Gunners shouldn't be killable if they have like pole arms near them. But by trying to spread out so much, it kind of just died. What happened that needs talking to? Just a little BM. Just a little BM. Casting magic on your own units. It's like a minor offense. You know, I'm not going to ban him or anything, but like, you know, we'd rather not. We'd rather not see it in our tournaments. His Dark Riders. Pretty good value. Yeah. Supreme Sorceress only got 1,000 though. So much chaff. Anyways, GG. GG. BM stands for bad manners. Yeah. It ain't anything crazy, but like, you know, it's not like I'm really punishing for it. You know, I think other people have different opinions where they're like, whatever, it's minor, right? But I like to be generally more strict just because it pushes the community in the direction that I want it to. I don't think there's any harm in being like, what's up? So I don't think it's any problem. Regardless, he wins. Danny can. Very strong player. He's reported the score. We can finalize the tournament. He's coming for first place in number of tournament wins. Terrifying. And I will see you guys later. I will see you guys later. Tomorrow we're going to be hosting an SFT. If you want to play in it, go to totaltavern.com or follow the link. Yo, it'd be funny to have a trash talk tournament though. Trash talk tournament. That'd be jokes. But anyways, yeah, you can go there. Thank you very much to all of our supporters. Fleet Admirals, Clint, Terry Tarkleby Pops, and Miss New Booty. And of course our Patreon supporters, Calculandia, Steven, Samorodin, Charlie, and Benjo. Of course, all our deck owners, deck hands, and Twitch subs alike. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.